at one point declared Play-Doh the code word for marauding terror attack.
There we are.
However, this declaration was later
rescinded.
rescinded.
Get Grumble going.
They say that declaration was later rescinded.
Maybe. There we go. All right. How are we doing, everyone? Jay Watterson, what is up? Oh.
So again,
boy.
Sky News says.
All right, well, looks like we have a possible terry towel attack.
Police originally.
I'm not sure if I can say that word yet as a small channel. Big channels have bigger
code word Play-Doh.
How you doing, man?
To describe.
So I'm guessing. I'm just gonna guess my mic is working. I didn't check my sound over here, but I'm gonna guess. Sorry, I'm moving my other screen,
which means
so I can get it set up better. All right, so
marauding.
How's everybody doing? Well, we are gonna jump right at it. Let me get over here and hotkeys working tonight. Ooh, they are. All right, so. Joel, how's it going?
But this declaration
we're gonna jump right at it, guys.
According to the police,
as some of you know, UK. Well, I'm sure Jay Watterson knows. He probably knows everything about the attackers, which I do not yet. Sorry, as I was out running errands after the gym, boof, this popped up. UK train attack. Multiple passengers stabbed in Cambridgeshire. 2 suspects held. London North Eastern Railway halts service. Crap.
So that's interesting.
Now, I'm going to start right off, guys. Do you think we're going to find out these people are of a certain religious persuasion?
I just want to mention that again. So
Sky News reports that the
British Transport Police said
immigration status? I don't know.
We heard from other sources.
You think they're going to be...
Originally... Police
original stock brand UK citizens?
Which is the national code
just asking.
Used by responders when responding
Michigan,
to
I'm going to wait and see how many agents were involved.
However, this declaration was later
No. This is in UK.
Withdrawn.
This is in
British
the UK,
Transport
bud.
Police said.
Jay Watterson. I do have, on my list of things to talk about, I do have the FBI's... we think they thwarted an attack in America.
We're looking into some footage from
Joel's going to agree with me. I think we're going to find out these people were of a certain religion of peace.
We were watching it earlier.
Of a certain ethnicity.
It says earlier on.
Or a certain immigration status, or all of the above. That's just me. We might find out, but we know who they are. Yeah.
I don't
agree.
I don't believe.
And a lot of people are already saying. I was listening live. I don't know if I still got it going over. I hope not. Let me know if I do.
They're not sure.
I do. So let me mute that. Sorry, guys. Let me mute that. I was playing in the background right here. Agenda Free was covering it. Sorry about that. Having both of them going. I'm not sure. Could you guys hear both? Give me thumbs up if you can hear both. Thumbs down if you only heard me, because that would be a software. Change out I would have to do. Oh, okay. I might have had it muted for you guys. Okay, so thumbs up if you heard both. Thumbs down if you heard just me. But yeah, they're talking about it right here. At least 10 were stabbed. 9 with life-threatening injuries, but nobody has died at this moment. Okay. You only hear me. Okay. So let me try something here. Yeah. I got to call my software developers here. Now, why don't you guys hear that? That's interesting. Let me see if I hear it. Hang on here. Because I should. Let me hit that. Now you guys probably can't hear me.
On board the 6:25 p.m. train service from Doncaster to London.
Okay, so now you should be able to hear both.
Officers immediately attended Huntington Station alongside.
They changed my.
Armed police from Cambridgeshire Police boarded the train.
All right, you should be able to hear both. Okay, thank you. No, I like this software. It's easy for a dum-dum like me to work. There, I'm going to mute it again for now. It's easy for a dum-dum like me to work, but when they do updates, sometimes they invert things or erase my settings. And when you're as dumb as me, it causes problems. Got to tighten my mic up. Echo? Uh-oh. Now you have an echo? So right now, still echo. Well, that's interestingly weird. Is that because that... No, it's muted. Jimmy says no. Echo gone. All right, so I have a problem where somehow they changed the setting where I unmute so you can hear him and it echoes. That's ungood. So I would have to call them to figure that out because... Oh, boy. Because if I do this... I'm not sure. Sorry, guys. When they change stuff, I am not a happy camper. This is how expert I am at this. Now, is that echoing? Let me know if that's echo. It might be echoing still. Okay, so no echo. And you can hear both? Gosh, dang, that is backwards compared to what they used to be. No echo, but only your audio. See? So as soon as I unmute so you can hear his audio, then it's going to echo. Because right now you should probably hear him. No, then it deletes. Okay, he's still there. Wow, they totally jacked my settings. Okay, no echo, but just me. No echo, can't hear both. Well, F me. Okay, well, I don't know what to do about it, so I'm going to leave my settings the way they were. So now there's going to be an echo.
Our viewer Jay thinks they might not say details on suspects.
So if I run this like I used to, I'll have an echo. Jerks. Stop mucking around. Now it's echoing. See, yeah, I can't do it. I can't play both. Here,
well, let's hope everybody survives.
There, last try. Is it still echoing?
Very concerning.
My last try.
Again, let's hope all the people who are injured.
Then we'll just go to us. Joel says still echoing. Well, F.
And just horrific to think about, being on this train.
I'm dumb, but I don't need help being dumb. So, yeah, me and my software provider are going to have a chit-chat about screwing with stuff. Scrap the whole stream. Not now. So there's no echo now. So maybe I got it. Wish this guy would keep talking. Keep talking, dude. Come on.
Broken Dream says they ditched the weapon. Nothing said about the weapons.
So no echo, and you can only hear me?
I wonder if police have the weapon or weapons.
Crap.
Our viewer, Les
Jax
Atkins,
is
says
probably
they wait
laughing.
a few days to release names.
Sorry, I'm talking loud because I think I'm talking over him.
I do not know if the attackers
So you can only hear me. Okay. Well, he's talking about it right now. He's talking about... So we will just nix him since you guys can hear me. So I will figure out why I'm getting an echo later. Yeah, I'm checking my settings, dude. Everything is looking like it should be. You can hear him now? Oh, don't touch a thing. You guys. There are times I wonder if you're like... Okay. So I have the sound on. He's just not talking. He is very quiet.
Stickler for Change says, I wonder how many hospitals are involved
he's not
in
really
critical cases.
He's not saying much, so I'm going to mute him. All right, but yeah, the Guardian's talking about 2 arrests after multiple people stabbed on train in Cambridgeshire. Must be an assault knife. All right, you guys hear him? Okay. Well, I muted him for now because he's just talking random stuff. I'll check in with him in a minute, but yeah, they have 2 people detained, but they're not saying who. I'm going to say like in America. Like in America, when they don't tell you who it is, you know who it is. Because here in America, if it's a white guy, they go, it's a white dude. Even if it's an Asian dude, they go, it's an Asian dude. But if it's a black guy or a Mexican, they're going, don't know who did it. It was just some people. We have some people. We arrested some people. So if these were, I'm just supposing, because I'm not the UK. I wish one of the UK guys were here. If this was UK, I'd be going, well, the UK guys here could tell me. But I'm going to suppose it's the same way. If these were 2, if this was Adventures with Sog and Urbexy, on the train who went pokey poke crazy, I'm betting we would know, hey, those two white dudes did it. But, hey, those two Christians did it. So, yeah, there's a lot. Just happened a few hours ago, but we will try to discuss, as long as this didn't screw up my sound here. Well, that's loud. Just little scenes from the transit stabbing. I'll turn that down. Now that shouldn't be affected. Woof! This is supposedly their counter-terrorist team. Yes, I'm going to say the word. Too bad. Jimmy, were you on that stream, Jimmy, where I pulled up a bunch of those clips? A bunch of police and news videos or write-ups where they were right. Even the police put down race unknown, even though it's a black dude. Or they'd put down white when it's a black dude. I think you might have been here for that stream then. In America, even if it's a black, gay, trans, Sam says straight white male. Yeah, they do. But there goes their counter-terrorist team going in. That kind of tells you a lot, too. So let's see what this guy has to say. I haven't listened to all these guys, so I don't know what to tell you yet, so I'll start it over.
I was in Coach G, and there was quite a few people coming through Coach G, and one of the people that were coming through, I had my headphones on, then heard them say, they've got a knife, I've been stabbed. And then when looking up, so they were making their way through the carriage to get away from the incident, from the suspect. They were extremely bloodied. That person ended up, when we pulled in, they were basically on the floor. We couldn't progress further down the train away from the suspect because that person ended
Sorry,
up
guys. That is as loud as that one goes. He is quiet.
On the floor. So they were taken into an ambulance pretty much straight away. I think the driver did the right thing when we pulled the emergency or contact to let the driver know that something's going on. He pulled into Huntingdon, which is the right thing. Couldn't stop anywhere because anything could have happened.
Okay. In the US, in the UK, MI5 would show up and start making arrests for noticing. Yeah. Dude, you're not far off. It's bad over there. I still talk to people over there, and it is not good. There are some where they live in areas where it's not too bad yet, but others are like, dude, London is almost totally lost. But yeah, there's a lot of the UK that's in deep, deep trouble, especially the cities. Also, it's a MAGA person. Yeah, this will be one of the London MAGA people.
That was the right thing. We were ushered out of the station from the platform.
I'm trying to see if he says anything about the people.
Multiple people that had been stabbed that was making their way down.
Hey, Jim, what's up, buddy?
Also come off the train as well. So while we were being told to come out of the station, the suspect was obviously running rampant as well. And I don't know reason. No one knows the reason why. The people that did witness it have actually gone off.
Dude, I have never heard somebody say the suspect, a random citizen say the suspect enough without saying anything about what this person looked like. Yeah, he was wearing a blue jacket and a red hat that said MAGA. He was wearing green tennis shoes and a pink Scooby-Doo outfit. He's saying nothing. The suspect. The suspect. Dude, he's not saying anything. That is weird. Rarely does somebody keep saying the suspect without nothing. It's like he's like, oh crap, I don't say anything or I'm going to be the one in the jail.
To the HQ, the statements have been taken and they are now going to the police station to give further statements. The armed police were pointing to the suspect as we come off the train.
The suspect?
What that suspect looked like. They said it's a black male in all black, so a black hoodie.
There we go! We got it! He actually finally said it. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It is as loud as it goes.
Come off the train, I asked what that suspect looked like. They said it's a black male in all black, so a black hoodie. And then at the back of the station, walking calmly, as the police were coming through, like armed police, I said, I think that's the guy. And essentially as they got closer to him, they started shouting, like, get down, get down. He then was waving a knife, quite a large knife. and then they detained him. I think it was a taser that got him down in the end, but I only saw one person.
That's too bad. Most of our cops over there don't carry firearms. I don't know about you, but as iffy as tasers are, I'm not sure I want to be having the taser up against some dude with a really big knife. There's a good chance your police officer is going to get himself stabbed. Great job, UK. Because anybody here, I'm betting all you guys have watched police videos. And you've seen multiple times, they are tasing the crap out of people. Sometimes 2 or 3 cops at once are tasering these guys and it ain't slowing them down a whit. Not a single little bit. I don't know about you, but I don't want a taser going to give some dude, some crazy dude who's already knifed 10 people and he's got the knife coming my way. That's just, that's a bad day waiting to happen. I hear rumors in Ireland there are musings of the boys getting back together. Ooh. Oh, ho, ho. Ooh, you talking little old Irish liberation types? Hoo-hoo. Yike. You know what? This time they might really, really, really be doing the right thing. I don't know. The Bobbies are hilarious. I'll bet the suspect talks a lot of pops and clicks. Yeah, I'm going to say you're right. This guy finally said it. Black male in black hoodie. Hey, yes, they have some kinda indigenous black people in the UK. Once again, you and me as white people, I don't know how many of you are white. Don't know. I don't have a clue. I see names. But somehow my family, who's been here since about 1800 or 1830, something like that, is not indigenous. But if it's a black person and you've been there for one generation, you've been here since 1988, you are now indigenous. So I'm just saying, it could be one of their indigenous UK black people, but I'm going to say it probably isn't. Because most of the indigenous UK black people, I'm sorry, I meant to do that for the indigenous, probably wouldn't be wandering around with a huge knife doing just random pokey pokes. That sounds like one of the non-indigenous. So yeah, we'll see if we find out. The more they try to hide it, the more that you know, it's like, oh crap. Now I'm wondering, can they hide it? Can they really hide who this person is if it's one of the religion of peace people who they brought in? Because I think either way they're screwed. If this is one of the religion of peace, you're going to see more people turning against the government over there. And if they try to hide it, it's going to be more turning against. If they let it out, yep, it was one of the religion of peace people. Shit, you're still going to get people turning around going, hey, what the hell are we bringing these people in here for? So yeah, I think either way right now, if you're in the UK government who's let all these people in, you got to be going, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Because you know, you win. There's no way to win on this. This is Kobayashi Maru for you. The average UK citizen is going, what the fuck, dude? What the hell? So yeah, and I agree. Yeah, pops and clicks. Dude, those are some languages I just do not get. Oh, crap. YouTube probably just blocked that because God knows what I said about some guy's mother and a donkey. But yeah, so, well.
At that point, I did not see anyone get stabbed, but there was a lot of people being moved away from being treated for injuries.
Being treated for injuries, and my headphones keep kicking off for some reason tonight.
Initially,
so somehow my computer and my software is not signaling them.
But maybe when we was coming up the train,
Starvin' Marvin, I haven't heard that in a while. Starvin' Marvin.
I don't know if it was staff or passengers.
Good thing some rich American bought the London Bridge and brought it back. Lake Havasu. Yeah. Ugh. Ooh, now watch. This will probably be louder. Nope. He's quiet no matter where you go. But yeah, so, Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood has urged the public to avoid comment and speculation in this early stage. If it was a cracker-oriented Ikwensu Ocha a chalk demon type person, would they be going, let's be calm and not have speculation? No, they'd be going, dude, chalk demon did it. They'd be screeching it everywhere. Oh my God, it's the racisms. But since we now know it is the other persuasion, the chocolate bunny persuasion, I left a word out there from an old slur that, God help a relative of mine, an old female relative used. Whoa! Yeah, has to do with the place Tarzan lives. I remember as a kid hearing that relative say that, and I went, and even as a child, man, Family Guy wasn't around yet, and I was like, what? Did I hear that? I had to look over at my brother, and he was already had his head that way. I'm like, okay, so I heard that. Well, okay. Did learn something that day about that family member. I was like, well. Horror as multiple people stabbed on a train as armed cops, armed with tasers, most of them. One eyewitness described the scene on the train as horrific and pure chaos. No, they're going to describe it as, it's a dance party. Come on in. The blood just kind of makes the dance moves better. I mean, what the hell? Of course it was horrible. There was blood everywhere and it was a terrible scene. Really violent and something from a film. Well. Let's be clear. Trains don't stab people. Don't stab people do. The train is innocent in all this. Oh no. Oh no. Did they say the train did it?
That's right. There's a huge...
Sorry, like I said, guys, I haven't vetted any of these, so... Oh boy.
Sky producer Sophie Garrett is actually at the scene now. She's just arrived. Sophie, what can you tell us?
Good evening. Well, yeah, that's right. There's a huge police presence here, significant presence. In front of me, there's probably about 20 to 30 vehicles, various units. So you've got Cambridgeshire Police, British Transport Police, you have an incident response unit, firefighters, ambulances, and then, of course, as mentioned, the various armed police units in marked and unmarked vehicles who are here. There's lots of passengers who are still here, still very distressing for them. They've been brought out and are in the kind of thermal blankets.
Dude, only in England. Only in England are you going to hear that. 10 people just got stabbed. One person up above describes it, blood everywhere, like a bad scene out of a movie. It was horrific. She goes, well, you know, sorry, the way she put it. Sorry.
And are in the kind of thermal blankets to keep them warm. Then brought out and are in the kind of passengers who are still here, still very distressing for them.
Hear that? It's very distressing for them. I'm a little distressed. No, if the train is a half hour late, you're a little distressed. If 10 people around you just got poked and have their internal coolant liquids and air transport liquids everywhere, tad more than a little distressing. Jeez. Only UK. It's a little distressing.
They've been brought out and are in the kind of thermal blankets to keep them warm. They are in shock. Some of them have been taken off by police.
Jimmy? Yes, something like that. But this involves bunny rabbits and jungles. You can put it together yourself. I had never heard that before. That relative, when I was a child, said that. It's like, what the? Now, the other one you just mentioned, yeah. You can type it. I can't say it. I don't think. I can't. I don't know what I can. YouTube is still a cluster with that stuff. Jim Morrison's father was the one who got us involved in Vietnam, the Gulf of Tonkin. Gulf of Tonkin, I believe it is. Not Tolkien. The Gulf of Tolkien? Jim? So the Gulf of Lord of the Rings. The Gulf of the Fellowship. The Gulf of the Battle for the One Ring? I think you mean Gulf of Tonkin. Like Tonka trucks, but not quite. Dude. If that's your autocorrect, if your autocorrect said Gulf of Tolkien, dude, your autocorrect is based. Holy crap, that is messed up.
Are ready to give statements, and some are waiting for transport to be provided for them to take them to their next destination. So we've spoken to a few eyewitnesses here who were on that train. The train, of course, is still here on the platform. As your previous interview said, that will obviously be the crime scene now and will be kept here for forensic use. But some of the eyewitnesses that I spoke to in the last few minutes said that the train had left Peterborough and had probably only gone for 10 minutes from Peterborough. And there was a lot of...
I see. They're talking about the train a lot, not the stabbing. Is what this is all about up here. Trains don't stab, people do. But she goes on and on about the train. Well, the train left promptly at 8:01 and it traveled a short distance. The math problem, it's like a word problem. If the train leaves at 8:03, traveling at 17 kilometers an hour, and 10 people are stabbed, and each exsanguinates a pint of blood, what time did the train arrive in London? I'm not making fun. People got hurt, but this is the stupidity of the reporting. Now I see what they're saying up here. It's an insane word problem. How do we avoid saying who actually did this?
Running through the train and shouting that they'd seen somebody with a knife and that fellow passengers had been stabbed. And then in the second wave of panic, people with those wounds, with those injuries, were seen moving through the train quite quickly.
Remember, for those of you guys, some of you guys probably know this, the UK, you're not allowed to carry a Boy Scout pocket knife around with you. Not in London, not on the trains. How many people in America still walk around with a pocket knife in their pocket? I do. I grew up with a pocket knife in my pocket. I still have multiple pocket knives. I do still carry them around either in my pocket, my backpack, my vehicles. I have pocket knives. Wow, I bet a lot of people on here would have been like, gee, I wish I had something besides fingernail clippers. And you know the bad guy, hey, once again, all these knife rules over there, sounds like a big knife the guy had. Don't sound like he gave a rat's ass about the rules and laws.
Quickly.
If they just had one more knife law, it would have stopped this. It's kind of like gun laws in America. Just one more gun law, and the bad guy will go, okay.
Trying to avoid this person, the alleged suspect with a knife. So this happened. The train driver was alerted to it, and the train carried on and was stopped at Huntingdon.
What the hell? I know why this person up here is talking about the train. Why the hell? This chick is all about the train. The train driver was informed and just kept on continuing because he wanted to make sure he made all of his stops because, you know, British Rail, you may be exsanguinated when you get there, but we'll get you there on time. Dude, that is effed up. Train driver said didn't just slam the brakes on, open the door so people could get the flip out. Dude, imagine you are stuck in a tube with a dude stabbing with a big knife. Don't you wish the train driver would stop and pop the doors so you could get the flip out? How many of those people got stabbed because he stabbed one or two? Train driver knew about it and just kept on going. I'm just saying, there's a chance. You pull over. Use it to pull over in a train. You stop the train, hit that button, pop them doors, and people can go get the hell out. That is crazy. He just kept on chugging along. Gotta make my stops. I know I'm being a bit of a dick, but this is just, Jesus.
The huge police response, and that is obviously ongoing. In the last few minutes, we've seen some of that armed police presence leave, so whether that obviously means that for them this threat could be over and they have been seen to be leaving, but forensic teams will now come through the night, and we're seeing lots more police coming and talking to some of these passengers who are waiting and waiting to be dealt with and processed and taken to their next destination. Obviously. Okay,
that's the end of that, but any other, once we just talked about a little bit ago, if this was a chalk demon, a legacy UK citizen, an actual indigenous UK citizen, they'd have been blasting it everywhere. This chick talked of everything about, well, the train left at this time. Oh, and when the stabbing happened, the conductor heard about it, but he just kept on going. She did nothing about the suspect. Zero. What type of reporting is that? Right there. Even if we didn't learn from the dude up here about what this person was, right there, that tells you what this person was. Holy crap. When will this end? And how many have to die before you fucking well admit you are not on our side at Keir Starmer? Damn you and at Mayor of London. Diabolical, shameful, evil traitors. Dude, this is getting bad. UK is fucking in a bad state. It is in a bad state, guys. I mean, holy crap. Man. I will say right now, I know I make a little bit of levity of this, but there's so much bad right now. If you take it too deeply to heart, it's just you're just not gonna be able to handle it. This is stupid. But we do hope that the people stabbed recover. We really do. Let's go over and check, see if he's got anything else. Oh, he's done. I think he's done talking. So yeah, he's given up the ghost. Wasn't anything new. At least I don't think. Let's wait until morning. Let me see if he's saying anything. Nope, he's done. Okay. I'm going to close him out then. Maybe. There we go. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Think we're going to find out? You guys are, a couple of you already answered. Do you think we're going to find out that this is exactly what we think it is? And do you think Keir Starmer and the mayor of London, are going to have anything to say about this that they should? Anything like they should say? Man, I refuse to deal in kilometers. Hey, I did it just for them. By the way, if you look around, they may talk, the metric system on a lot of stuff, but they still do a lot of miles per hour and pounds and everything. Anybody who watched Top Gear saw that. So yeah, there's a lot of that. Thank God the UK government has controlled media. Woohoo! Yeah. Government controlled media. Spell check, mofo. Hey, Jim. I said your spell check was based. It went to J.R.R. Tolkien. Some of the best stories ever written by man. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. Am I one of these scholarly types? No. But I read the books once or twice. It was twice. It's been a long time. But I sure as watched the shit out of those movies. They're pretty damn good. So yeah. I think 10mm sockets going missing are a secret ploy of the British Empire. Well, Jimmy, it's actually something we could talk about on Alex Jones or one of those mysteries. The mysteries of the paranormal. How all 10mm sockets, when they're dropped, go to the center of the vehicle. They do. I will go to my grave saying that every 10mm socket ever produced has been touched by the devil, because what happens? You drop it, it can bounce off 20 things, it can bounce off one thing, but it ends up, whether it's hooked on the frame or underneath it, it goes somehow. It's like Plinko in Price is Right. Tink, 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 tink. Somehow it always ends up right, dead, gravitational center of whether you're working on a Ford Contour or a Dodge Ram. It doesn't matter. It's going to be right in the center. So there is some evil of that. Sorry, Jimmy. As an ASC Master Tech, the whole 10mm socket conspiracy thing is known in every shop. Every shop. It's crazy. But you might be... I don't know about the British Empire. I think it's a demonic thing. Heard a lot of people carrying fruit knives and a piece of fruit. Yes. Jay Watterson, I've heard that also. That they were carrying fruit around in their pocket so they could not get in trouble having a little dinky paring knife. My pocket knife has a bigger blade than that. That's pitiful. I carry putt-putt golf putters in my truck as a walking cane. There you go. I carry gel pepper spray. Not the stuff that'll blow back on you. The gel. The stuff that the FBI and upper-level police forces use. Stuff is freaking nasty. It is horrid. That's what I carry, and I have other things. I have freedom seed planting devices that I carry a decent amount. Bikers don't care for ball peen hammers to work on their bikes. So we're saying actually use one on their bike. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There were times when I had my motorcycle. There were guys that carried little ball peen hammers and or a roll of slugs of electrical boxes to say howdy to somebody's car one day if they almost got run them off the road. It's like 10mm gremlins running loose. Yeah, dude. The 10mm socket conspiracy. Maybe we'll have to do a Secrets of the Paranormal. The mystery of the 10mm socket. But yeah, so we're not going to learn too much about this. But I thought I had something in here that's a little bit... Oh, I don't know where. We'll probably run into it. Oh, I thought I had this somewhere. Crap. Where is it? I thought I had something that really went with this. Yike. All right, I'm not going to give all that. We'll get to it. If I get to it, we'll find it. Well, let's talk the government shutdown. Let's just talk government shutdown a little bit. Anybody, any single lefty out there, any Democrat who's saying, well, Trump did this. Trump's having a party. Well, people are starving. One, have you seen half of these people? Well, more than half. The majority of our SNAP people can't do their snaps. They're huge. They're fat as fuck. We need to, at the very least, you need your SNAP benefits cut. You need to eat less. If you are a 5'5" lady and you are 235 pounds of lusciousness, you need less SNAP benefits. Stop taking away your kids' food. We have some of the only fat, poor welfare people in the world. And I'm going to say right now, to every one of you chugboats out there, every one of you free willy looking pieces of crap, screw you. We don't owe you enough food to make you as freaking fat and way more than my whole family. That is insane, these people. I'll take it, stop me. Well, you're going to have a heart attack if you steal stuff trying to run out. My personal stuff is, I carry my gel pepper spray. I'll mace your ass. I ain't got to tackle your fat, slimy, sweaty, stinky butt, because I know you can't reach your butt to wipe. Ain't no 5'5", 235-pound chick that can reach her crack. Either of them. So it's ew. I'm not tackling that. I'd be like trying to grab a greased pig. And they always put on that eau de oink cologne that they pump out of a 55-gallon drum anyway. If you light a match behind half of them, it's like woof. We don't owe you shit. But hey, time to blame who's supposed to be blamed. You blame the Democrats. Now, everybody, oh, Trump, oh, the Republicans are doing this. Ah, you're supposed to give me my image. Where's my image? Oh, you piece of junk. Where's my image? No, I want my image. Oh, you turds. I just wanted my image right here. Well, I'll move me out of the way. Hang on. Boom. All right. We are looking at the one right here. Right here. Don't know why I decided not to give me my image. That's all I want is the image. Turds. So, yeah, pretty much says it all. So is this one. See if I can get it to come up. Is it just going to show me the image? Probably not. There we go. Nope, that ain't it either. There it is. All right, so that tells you everything you need to know there, lefties. Oh, no. I'm not paying everybody. I'm tired of paying people. It's over. Everybody got their hand out anymore. But look at all these jackasses. These are the ones that voted to open the government, lefties. Fetterman was one of the blue who did. And I don't know who the other chick was. This image sucks and won't let me blow it up. So, yeah. So you got 2 Democrats that voted to reopen the government and give you SNAP bennies back. To keep you at your svelte 210 pounds, 230 pounds. I love how they act like we owe them this food. Hey, screw you. While the rest of us are looking at we're doing math to make sure we can eat and have enough in our baskets for the week, month, whatever. You guys are walking out with 2, 3, 4 baskets full of crap. And most of it is crap. We've done videos on this stream. People in power chairs just telling their husbands to pull off boxes of Twinkies and I'll eat all those ring dings this week and all this other crap. And paying with government SNAP. I want SNAP to be back like it used to. When I grew up, Eagles grocery store in Milan and Giefman's in Milan, Illinois. It's the closest towns to where I used to live. So we'd come into town from the country. They each had one aisle. There was mostly generics that you could use your food stamps, which it was SNAP, benefits on. There was no lobster, steak, fancy crap, no brand name, nothing in there. At the end was a little case where you could get some butter, some eggs, some milk, and some cheese. And they had some cuts of meat, but there was even canned meat you were eating on SNAP back then. We need to go back to that. Nobody on SNAP. I don't care if I'm working my ass off, something goes wrong, and I lose my job and have to depend on it. You do not get to eat as well as everybody else. You don't look at everybody else and goes, hey, while you're trying to pay your bills, you must support me to eat at least the same fancy stuff you eat. No. No. Not a chance. I would never expect somebody to do that. These arrogant pieces of shit. We need to go back to that. You get the generics. You don't get the brand name stuff. You don't get to eat crap that makes you 235 pounds and makes your kids diabetic. You get to have this aisle, and that's it. That's it. And if you want to blame somebody, lefties, blame the Democrats. There are still morons out there, jackasses, retards, snapperheads, whatever you want to call them, who are still blaming Trump and the Republicans. What do you want them to do? Hey, look, this is a simple breakdown for you brainlets. Look at this chart here. All these little red squares voted to reopen the government and get your SNAP benefits going. Now, all these blue ones over here said no. We're going to continue to use you as leverage, and because we think you are retarded and stupid, we'll just say, well, Trump did it. Come on. I would love a single lefty to come on here and tell me how this is Trump's fault. This is 100% because the minority party, Democrats, will not accept their minority. They still are demanding. The party that won the election by far bowed to their will. You, the majority, must bow to us Democrats. You must do what we say. We lost the election, but you still got to do what we say. That's what this is about. The Democrats are not wanting to give up their power. They are trying to sit there and say, nope. We get to rule from the majority. We also get to rule from the minority. Bullshit. Win the next elections. You lost. And I will say this. You guys know how I feel about the Republicans. Republicans. C-A-N-T-S. Can'ts. This is the best they've ever stood up in a situation like this. And I like it. Good for you. And hey, good for Fetterman. Dude, anybody's heard him out there? The guy makes sense. That's insane that the guy that had brain damage and depression and stuff is more honest than these pieces of shit over here who are using the American public as leverage and demanding to more than half of America. Yeah, we lost the election, but you got to do what we say. do what we say or we will hold the country hostage. That is exactly what they're doing. They're arrogant, evil pieces of shit. I would love a lefty to come in here and tell me how this is these red guys' fault. Not these blue guys. I'm just going to buy the math here. Let's see. These are the yes, let's get back to going. Then talk about stuff. These are the fuck you. We lost the election, but we're arrogant pieces of shit who will use our constituents as pawns. Yeah. Turds. Turds. All around. And there are still people, and I'm pissed off because I still had some jackass, because I wore this hat today. These two people come up to me at the gym and had to say, I bet you're proud of yourself, Trump, to like to keep the government closed. And one I'm already jazzed up while I'm lifting. Yeah, my little weights, yeah. I'm using like the 2-pound dumbbells. But I'm lifting and I was already jazzed up. And I'm like, are you stupid? And they said it really loud. I'm like, are you stupid or are you just a retard? Oh yeah, I got the people looking at me. I'm like, how many people on the Republican side voted to reopen the government? How many on the Democrat side? I go, it's your party. You guys are trying to lead from the back. You lost the election, but still demand that we follow what you say. Go to hell. Get away from me. Go do your soy workout. I was pissed. Coming up and causing trouble like that. Did Mrs. Doubtfire... Sorry, Doubtfire, there it is. Experience drive-by fruiting. Yes. That was a good movie. That was a very good movie. Wait, that picture of Big Stank is suit lift. Shout out to the BBW. Oh, no. Jay Waters says BBLs, Big Bone Latinas. I'm sorry. Alex Stein actually gets effing annoying sometimes. I can handle Alex Stein in small doses, but for me, a lot of his comedy misses for me. But BBLs, Big Bone Latinas, or Big Booty Latinas. Oh, let's see. What is that link that is getting posted in there? Let's see. I'm waiting. Oh, yes. What the hell? A 10 millimeter. Okay, I'll wait. I'll check that later. I can't hear that over here. I like spam. Everybody likes spam. Why is spam so good? It's like snouts and buttholes and eyeballs, but it's really good. Independent gray photo on the blue side is Sanders. Okay, Sanders. No. I'm not. No. Sanders is he's about as independent as the rear suspension on a 78 Chevy K1500 pickup truck. There is nothing independent about Bernie Sanders. He's Democrat as you can get. He just happens, or maybe he needs a really red square because he's a commie. But when you caucus with the Democrats, to me that says you're a Democrat. You know, I'm just saying. when you vote with the Democrats 98% of the time, you're a Democrat. If it walks like a Democrat, votes like a Democrat, screws the American public over like a Democrat, is a Democrat. He just happens to be a Democrat socialist. So yeah. Hey, Kay, what's up? But hey, let's just blame it on Trump because we don't have brain cells. 100%. And that's what the two idiots who came up with me at the gym. That's why I openly said right out loud in the gym, like, are you retards or what? And I called it up my phone and held it up. Red, look at all these red votes to open. Look at the blue votes to not. Tell me again how it's Trump's fault. Yeah, 100%, Kay. How you doing? Welcome, everybody. And Buckle Bunny, I am very surprised Bunny's not here. But do me a favor, whether you're on YouTube or Grumble. I see you guys on Grumble. Okay, Rumble chat. Sorry I didn't check it quick enough. Purple, by the way. I'm guessing that's what BTW is on your handle. Alabama John says he wants to talk to you right now. He also streams on Rumble to come by. Huh? Don't know who Alabama John is. So, don't know if I'm getting punked or not, but I don't know what Alabama John is. But either way, good afternoon, good evening, Purple. Depending on what your time zone is. By the way, guys, if you live in America, tonight we screw with the clocks. And we lose daylight. Woohoo! And we lose an hour of sleep too, right? No, or gain. Gain? 2 a.m. we fall back to 1. So actually, yeah, okay. But still, we lose daylight. So it'll be dark tomorrow right around 4:30 p.m. Woo! Yay. Purple, feel free to clarify what you mean there. And talk to me like I'm dumb, because I am. I don't know if there's somebody named actually Alabama John who's streaming on Rumble. Or if I don't know everybody. You would think as long as I've been on YouTube, I would know a lot more than I do. But, well, it happens when you're dumb. All right, let me catch up over on YouTube. All right, Jim, Hawaii consumes more spam than any other state. Yeah, well, yeah, but I'm not going to hold that against them. There's got to be something good besides the weather about Hawaii. I like people in small doses. Soylent Green is people. Very nice, Jimmy. So Jimmy's cannibal. Okay. There's worse. You could be Democrat. Or actually not even Democrat. You could just be lefty. I think a lot of Democrats are scared shitless of what they've done to their party. I really do. I think they are lost and scared and don't know what to do. I really do. They've grew this in the test tubes of their mainstream media and the lefty government establishment, and now the creature has gotten out. Dr. Jekyll became Mr. Hyde. And they don't know what to do. They're stuck. They took the sunglasses off, put the sunglasses on, and could see. Sorry, I got my Rowdy Roddy Piper backwards there. They put the sunglasses on and saw the creature they had created. Say independent, Sanders independent. I just said he was gray. Oh no, Joel, I know you didn't say that. I just went off. I didn't see that you said he was Democrat. I just went off. Because I was jumping ahead of anything anybody might say or think. Because I hate when people, but he's independent. No, he's not. Oh, don't remind me of the time. Yeah, okay. Even though we live in a time where most of our clocks adjust for us to our government-mandated screw with your circadian rhythm. Just leave the clocks alone so we have more daylight. I still think it's the electric company going, ha, now you will be awake when you'll want lights. Yeah. Yeah, the whole clock thing. God. I mean, there's how many states don't do that? Is there 2 or 3 states that don't do it? I think half of Indiana doesn't or something like that. It's just stupid. Leave it alone. There was a talk in Illinois a couple of years ago, but they decided to scrap it and start taxing us more. In Illinois, where they were going to not change the clocks. They're going to leave them on the summertime. And people were backing it. People were like, yeah, leave it on that time so we have daylight. It's like, ugh. But then they decided, actually, we're going to go to taxing you more. We'll deal with that later. Some other day. All right, so let me see here. Who's the person in the red side in the gray photo? Red side in the gray photo. Let me go back. Red side in the gray photo. I do not know who that is. Does anybody know who that is? It won't give me the picture. Good grief. Some majority of the Thune. It's not going to give me the picture. It's really being really weird turds about the picture. I don't understand why, but it just doesn't feel like it. I wonder if I can find another version of it. I don't know who that is. I'm sure somebody in there knows. Rand Paul, though. Don't even get me going about Rand Paul. I've had a love-hate relationship with Rand Paul, and I think Rand Paul has kind of lost it lately. Off and on. It just seems like he's not helping when we kind of need him to be a little more, I don't know, helpful. I don't know how to put it. Sorry. Spam, smoked pork and ham. I like Spam. Great. Now I want a fried Spam burger. Thanks. I would troll the people at her gym. I'd tell them I'm just following Kamala's lead. She looks good in her Trump hat. Whoa. I mess with them enough. I wear my Trump hats. I've worn some shirts that are a little suggestive. Sometimes, I don't F with it. I'll go over and change one of the TVs over to like Newsmax or Fox once in a while. So yeah. Arizona doesn't change our time. Okay, isn't half of Arizona not either? Rand Paul. Yeah, Rand Paul is the one red one in the blue side. But I don't know. I know Fetterman's one of the blues. I don't know the gray. It won't let me open that picture. Let me see if I can open the image in new tab. There we go. It won't make it clearer. Oh, that's beautiful. Won't let me zoom? You won't let me zoom. You suck. I don't know. Fetterman's the blue, the gray guy on the red side. Anybody know the gray guy on the red side? Yeah, right there. I don't know him. Okay, let me see if I can get a better pic. That looks just as bad. Is this any better? No. Well, give me the actual image. Come on. Just give me the stupid image. No, that's beautiful. That's just as good. Here we go. All right, here. We can find it. We can find it. No! Oh, Washington Post, you're evil. I'm sure somebody knows. Google search the image link. I'm not that smart. Why would you ever think I'm that smart? You're lucky I can chew gum and breathe at the same time. Well, with my lungs, let's see. I'll just do it this way. Let's see. Reopen. Fetterman and who the hell? Which two? Be nice if I could spell, wouldn't it? Dude, why did you add a 2? Fetterman, well, that's really, really helpful. 3-member Democrat advanced the bill. John Fetterman, Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada. There we go. And independent. Good God. Man, my spelling. I am what the heck. Which independent voted. Man, I do not know what is going on with my typing. Brain damage. Dane Bramage. Democrats are not supporting the bill. I'm sure you guys got it over there. Image search. No, I'm done. I'm not image searching that. It'll never help me because it just reopens the same image in other bad ways for me. Let's see. Good God. Just give me the 2 people, the person I asked for. Good grief. Yes. No, voted, you tard. Sorry. I'm going to get annoyed. Stop. Now I'm having the same problem Jim Patterson did. It's going to say Tolkien in a second. Some Democrats blocked funding, but I don't care. Just give me the stupid answer I asked for. Boy, that is obnoxious. all this so-called online intelligence, it does just give you the direct answer. Reopen the government. I mean, seriously, where's my AI at? I don't even see my AI at. Where's my AI? Nope, it's not even giving me my AI thing. Well, that's beautiful. I'll try to look in this. Sorry, I'm getting annoyed. You ask a direct question, and it doesn't give you the direct answer. All right, 3 Democrats voted to Vance it. Yeah, Masto, blah, blah, blah. Which one? Yeah, that's Democrat, though. Which one is the independent? You got... You know, Google's a bunch of fucking idiots. I asked a direct, easy question, and it couldn't give me a direct, easy answer. I'm sorry, but that is just stupid. Which independent voted to reopen the government? I will give you everything but that answer, even though you asked a direct question. Flippin' idiots. Flippin' idiots. All right, yeah, I don't care that much. I don't care that much. That's out of my giving a rat's ass by that time. That's just enough to make me go, what the F. 2 counties in Indiana get Chicago television around Terre Haute. Rest don't change. Okay. Because of the time change, takes an hour and 45 minutes to get to work, and he gets home 15 minutes before he left work. That's crazy. Put a date at the end of your search? I shouldn't have to. The whole thing going on right now with all this supposed intelligence online, it's the same thing. It didn't change anything. It didn't change anything. That is beautiful. It didn't change anything. Oh my God. I put the 2025 on there. That is gorgeous. Yep, there's my wife on the way home, but I already got everything up there waiting for her. Oh, this is stupid. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't care that much. I'm done. I'm done caring. Angus King from Maine. See, I knew somebody'd find it before I would. Angus. Angus King from Maine. Okay. I did put a search at the end of it. It didn't make a difference. All right, so. Well, Donald Trump hosted a great Gatsby party while SNAP benefits are about to disappear 42 million Americans. My question is, as we discussed already, what was Donald Trump supposed to do? And I am seriously asking any lefty to come in here and tell me, what was Donald Trump is supposed to do? What is he supposed to say? Is he going to go to the Democrats and bow down and kiss their asses? And go, hey, you know, I won the election and you lost, but I will give you what you want. One of the things he ran against, Trump ran against getting illegals off of our government teat, off of stopping all benefits to illegals. But now the Democrats expect him to come down and, yes, bow before us even though you won the election. Bullshit. Some of you come over to the side that won. Why is it nobody gives a rat's ass when Democrats disenfranchise the votes of Americans? And that's what they're doing. Remember that great word they used. Disenfranchise. Well, okay. Okay. That's what you're doing. You're disenfranchising. I don't give a rat's ass. Trump's sitting right there. Even if I was on SNAP benefits, if I had 2 brain cells to rub together, I would go, okay, and if I can look at the numbers and go, let's see, all these Republicans voted to open, all these Democrats said no. If there were a bunch of Democrats there, then I'd be pissed. I'd be like, why aren't you calling up and going, hey, let's get this redone, let's get this done. Yeah. Hey, Grok, which party is responsible for the government shutdown and starving hungry children across the country? I really don't think American children are starving. We have so much charities and food pantries and everything else in this country. And I'm sorry, when half the people on SNAP are chug boats, I don't think so. Answer with one word, Democrats. Even Grok knows Democrats. They've blocked GOP proposed funding bills and clean continuing resolutions. I don't like those, but hey, at least keeps things going. prolonging the shutdown despite bipartisan support from stakeholders. Yeah. And by the way, the judge did say Trump's supposed to dig into extra money to keep the SNAP benefits going. Yeah, you let SoCal burn to the ground, you should probably sit this one out. 100%. 100%. Gunther's a little on my watch list, though, because he did kind of take money to promote keeping soda pop on SNAP. Remember that, Gunther? Gunther was one of those people who were like, oh, well, hey, no, sugar soda should definitely be on SNAP. Come on. Be honest. Weren't you in charge? Weren't you in charge of California, yeah? I like a lot of people calling him out. Gavin ate dinner at the French Laundry while he demanded his citizens stay locked in their homes. Yep. Yeah, that's true right there. Nothing for you until you fund free health care for illegal immigrants. Republican senators have voted 13 times to fund SNAP. Democrats have voted 13 times not to fund SNAP. End of story. Reshare. Hells yes. But yeah, you can't take anything they're saying honestly. All right. I don't know how my response got up there, but I just saw this. What is this shape called? I just try to throw a little hotties in there for you guys. What is this shape called? I just responded with yuck. I'm not sure that's any one shape. Oh, gosh. I don't think that's a shape. I don't think so. Yike! I shall assault you with this svelte hottie. Once again, there's going to be a perfume smell the likes of which you've never seen from her. She hold on to a vape? Oh, my God. Yes, because a vape will help so much. Her blood is measured in just pure glucose. You poke her, and it's like you poke her veins, and that's the stuff hummingbirds eat. That's what it is right now. Her blood is hummingbird food. Michelin Man. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Now that's a good one. That's a good AI right there. Kind of rough on the Michelin Man. Trump took my food stamps. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Hey, no. We're not messing with Stay Puffed. Ew. Oh, God. People are leveraged. Yes, Jim. We played the lady from the Democrat Party, the Democrat House Whip, saying right out the Democrats are using people's leverage. Well, it's unfortunate, but they're leverage. It's the only leverage we have. And at least a couple other Democrats said the same thing. So, lefties, you're just leverage. Your food is leverage, which I'm not sure you deserve all of anyway. Busted biscuits. Woof. Hey. That is a gozer. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's rough. They're getting 2 shots in with this one. Wow. Touche, Ben. Touche. He gets a twofer. If you know, you know. Woof. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth, bathing her. Finding the toilet paper roll she lost trying to find the spot. She don't date Trump supporters and her blood type is gravy. I don't know if gravy. I'm just saying it's hummingbird nectar. It's that red fluid, the hummingbirds, all the sugary liquid. I don't want to insult gravy. I don't want to insult gravy. All right. Oh, God dang it. Oh, no. Oh, that's not right. Whew. Everybody's really nailing on Mr. Stay Puft and the Michelin Man. I would have expected more Jabba the Hutts. Okay. These lumps, I know you want a slump on these lumps. Gross. Pizza the Hut. Okay. All right, so let's move on. Now, SNAP. SNAP benefits. 10 states with the highest reliance on SNAP, says Trump Tracker. Notice anything? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I see some of them red states. Yeah, they take a lot. Okay. Uh-huh. Touche, universe. The 10 cities with the highest reliance on SNAP. Notice anything? Boom. Oops. Then Trump Tracker tries to come back. Cities tend to be more expensive and thus have a higher demand for assistance. Then fix your friggin' cities. Well, Couch Potato couldn't let that go. Grok. Do the cities listed better represent the total number of people on SNAP in these states, or do the rural and suburban areas require more on SNAP? So while this person's trying to say, well, looky at you Republicans taking all the SNAP. Well, rural areas, there's my wife. Rural areas in states like Mississippi, Alabama, West Virginia drive much of the high SNAP reliance, where poverty rates exceed urban averages due to the economic decline, blah, blah, blah. Well, he goes on. What are the total number of SNAP in rural areas and suburban areas and urban? Rural areas only account for 8.5 million SNAP recipients. Okay. Well, now the metro areas, let's see, 33 million. Oops. And we all know the metro areas are normally what? Democrats. That's a big change. 33 million to 8.5 million. Oops. Yeah, thank you for admitting the truth that the vast majority of people on SNAP reside in urban areas. Yep. He got them. He got them. California and New York have significantly larger total homeless populations than any other state. Wow. Yeah, granted they have a high population, but damn, it's a lot. I mean, Florida's population is huge. Look at theirs. Their homeless is 32,000 if you're nice. California is 187,000. Woof. You go, California. Anybody voted Gavin Newsom for president is a total tard. All right. All right, so we're going to move on and I wash myself with a rag on a stick. Bart Simpson. Ugh. Ugh. All right, now Jay Watterson will perk up a little bit at this. Let me go back over to Grumble's chat. Nope, that person has not responded. They just stopped in and said a statement and left. Well, hey, that's okay. I'll have to look up Alabama John on Rumble. I'll have to look him up, see if there's a real human over there. But I can't do that right now. Plus, I'm not going to waste time. All right. FBI thwarts terrorist, spelling I had there, attack in Michigan. I think I'm becoming dyslexic. I was in a hurry. In an incredible success, Cash Patel and Dan Bongino's FBI just thwarted a potential terrorist attacks in Michigan. Jay Watterson right now is going, but did they? Did they? I'll wait. Arresting several people thanks to the men and women of FBI and law enforcement everywhere standing guard 24/7 and crushing our mission to defend the homeland. All right. I don't know how much you guys know about Michigan, but if it's Michigan, there's a good chance these people are of the same persuasion that just committed this. There's areas in Michigan where they are trying to enact Sharia law. And they have the Muslim call to prayer blown loud 5 times a day, all the hours, in what, Dearborn? That's not like ding, 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 like a bell on the hour. This is, I don't know it. In fact, I'm going to get in trouble for that. I'm a heretic. I'm going to have a fatwa out next to me now. Oops. Oh, well. Oh, well. Here's what it is. All right. Let's see here. Leaked beforehand. Push yourself with a rag on a stick. Leaked beforehand, or you mean this? I'm just saying, though, it is nice to see that. Now, see, this is what I'm getting here. To foil ISIS-inspired Halloween plot. When's the last time any of us heard ISIS? Seriously. When's the last time you heard ISIS? I haven't heard ISIS forever. Holy crap. That's what caught my eye reading about this stuff. Everybody's talking about ISIS-linked terror plot. I mean, holy crap. Let me see if they can say. I think they can say much, I'm sure. This is what defending the homeland looks like. FBI raids multiple homes in Dearborn. I hadn't read this yet. Boy, I called that one. Dearborn, Michigan. Well, isn't that weird? Plotting a violent attack over Halloween weekend. Yes, because the Muslims hate Halloween, too. So, we're doing a UK in Michigan. Michigan's becoming little UK, or little London. They got tons of people out there doing the Muslim rah, 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 prayer, call to the hour, whatever. Yeah, Dearborn, Michigan is not very friendly to a lot of Equenza Ocha these days. So isn't that weird? Dearborn, Michigan. Not much else I know about it. I haven't heard much else come out about it. Yeah, I know it was Jay Watterson. But I didn't want to get into it quite yet. You jumped 5 or 6 blocks ahead of me. Get out of my computer, man. He freaked me out sometimes. Jay Watterson's a guy. He's all 4chan turbo, and he's like, I gotta see all your stuff. All right, well, like I said, I don't know much else about it. I haven't heard much else about it. I just saw that the foiled ISIS-inspired Halloween plot, and now that I know for sure it's Dearborn. I did not know that. I mean, come on. We might as well just say, hey, London, you need some more? We'll send a few more to you. All right. I'm just going through a few things I found funny. I know it's Saturday night, and we got to switch our clocks tonight. Yay. I'm sorry. I had a hard time keeping a straight face when I read this. Reports now show Joe Biden didn't profit a single cent from the presidency. In what universe? He got his salary. No grift, no bribe, no deals. Decency. Good God. Are you kidding? I like the answers. Biden-Harris accomplishments. Allowed 15 million unvetted illegals into the country. Historic inflation crisis. Record high gas prices in all 50 states. Record high consumer debt. Released terrorists into the country. Ukraine-Russia war. Israel-Hamas war. A disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. Violent crime skyrocketing. Tried to jail political rival in name of democracy. And I'm going to say, tried to kill the political rival. I'm sorry, I'm saying it right out. It's like anybody that says, well, the 2020 election was totally fair and square. I'm going to say right out, there were deep state leftist government officials that were part of behind trying to take Trump out at least twice. I'll say it right out. Violent crime skyrocketing. Well, that's because they did it. Those were their foot soldiers. Tried to jail political rival, lied to the American public about Joe's decline. No. If you were an American dumb enough not to see it or know it, then you should never vote again. You should also be sterilized and never, ever, ever be allowed to mate. It was clear and obvious to anybody with more brains than a piece of hubba bubba bubble gum. Say that 3 times fast. That he was demented and off during his election, let alone his presidency. They lied to the public. Who'd they lie to? They only lied to people who wanted to be lied to. Nobody that had any intelligence or honesty was lied to. I even knew of some Democrats going, dude, that boy ain't right. Come on. Declared war on American energy. Record low test scores for K-12 students. Most unpopular president and VP in history. Yeah. Yeah. When he was found incompetent to stand trial for his own crime, should have been the day he was found incompetent to pardon others. Also, if he was incompetent to stand trial for crime, how is he still competent to be our president? The man's competent to have the nuclear football. He's competent to meet with leaders of other worlds. Sci-fi time. Other countries. He's competent to negotiate anything. Psh, whatever. Yep. There's something in here. Oh yeah. Here's your cut, Dad. Yeah, no money, my ass. 10% for the big guy is one of my favorite responses. But Joe didn't get anybody. 10% for the big guy. My biggest one, and I bet some of you guys remember, my biggest one about this is, why in the name of hell was his 12 or 13-year-old niece getting like $50,000 and $100,000 checks from the government of Ukraine and or Russia? Why were children, his family, getting checks from these governments? Tell me that's not a kickback. And it's well documented. Once again, as like a lot of people, if there's anything you can be pissed at Trump about, it's that we have not seen jail time for these people. The whole family should have been jailed, especially now we know the auto pen stuff is void. Or at least they're saying it's void. Null and void. The only one signed by Joe was Hunter's. The only person's name he could remember. Yeah. Foreign clients gave Hunter a Porsche, a diamond, and millions of dollars. What do you think they were buying? Yeah. 100%. 100%. This one was really good. The $20 million web. Yep. All the monies helped flow into his family. All right. That's one you really should share right there. I'm going to share that. Repost. Either go to Honestly 411 here or go to Lions Den WS6. It'll be right there. Share that to everybody. Math and logic are two things a Democrat does not possess. 100%. Yeah. Biden family companies sell or produce no products, but they have 233 bank accounts and 175 LLCs. Making nothing. Amazing. All right. This is going to be something we're going to talk about real quick, but then we're going to move on. I'm pissed at Michigan because they're adding a 24% weed tax on January 1st. Wow. That's a biggie. Holy crap. Wow. Now Illinois will be like, hold my beer. Illinois will be like, yep, we'll have to catch up with that. Sorry, I'm doing something over on Rumble real quick. To check something here. Oh, I can't do that. Okay, I don't get to do that? Rumble. Rumble's different. How it operates. Okay. Wow, that's a huge jump, Jim. But you're in Indiana, so I don't think it bothers you that much, does it? Just saying. All right, here is something really beautiful. That says something really, really ugly about MAGA. Oh, I'll wait here. I'll wait. Don't forget his daughter's diary. Oh, dude. Ashley's diary. Yes, it has been proven to be her diary. And in it, it clearly says, when she was a teen, Daddy showered with her. And I would love any of these assholes out there. Jay Watterson is the best at running me off on a tangent. He knows what pokes my dog. I came out wrong. Oh well. Welcome to my public school education. But, you know, come on. Anybody says, well, Trump's, you okay with Trump being a rapist? Hey, or Trump says if his daughter wasn't his daughter, he'd date her. She's an attractive lady. Big deal. Compared to Joe Biden, who actually showered with his teen daughter. Why do you think Ashley Biden's all effed up? Why is it half the kids in that family are screwy? Because Uncle Joe's going around sniffy sniff. And Daddy Joe's going around sniffy sniff, and let's shower. And feel free to come at me, YouTube. It is court documented fact that was her diary. And in it, it says he was showering with her way, way later than he should have been. That shit should be over at around 3 or 4 years old, maybe a little later. But surely not when the girl's a teen. But yeah, Jay Waterson's right. That is insane. Yeah, the FBI got involved going after somebody's diary. Because the deep state was involved and they knew, oh crap. Yeah, that was crap. But we're supposed to believe those showers with his daughter are fake. Well, Jay Waterson, I don't know how anybody can say that because it's court documented record that is in there and that is her diary. That is her diary and it's overly accepted and court documented. $30-minute drive, stock up for winter. Yeah, but don't you buy your stuff in Indiana? Is it Indiana cheaper? Or is it not? Or is Indiana doesn't have a law against it, does it? Stock up for winter? Well, we have weed shops everywhere in Illinois. And all the money just disappears. All that tax money. All right. That says something really, really ugly about MAGA. Incoming bullshit. You've been warned. Spencer Hakimian? Well, you got the hack part. Hakimian? This is JD Vance's biggest political problem in 2028. How on earth is he going to get the MAGA base to accept her? Oh, for the love of hell, you Democrats are racist pieces of shit. Yeah, I know you mean no Indiana. You mean you can't get it in Indiana? Ooh, then you're in trouble. But Democrats, everything's race. And I love how they're the racists. They got to have their cheap crops picked and got to have somebody cheap to fold their laundry, vacuum, and do their yard work. Love them, the slave labor. Every time they see a brown person, it's all they think is, hey, what can you be doing for me for pennies on the dollar? Or, God, I miss the good old days where me and Grandpa would go out with the white sheets and a cross and have a good old barbecue. Just saying. But they see everything about race, and they, just like everything else Democrats do, they project. Project on somebody else. How on earth is he going to get MAGA base to accept his wife? I haven't heard a single centrist, conservative, Republican, Trump voter anywhere in my bubble say something about who JD Vance's wife is because of her background or her skin color. Nobody. Democrats, you are racist pieces of shit. You are racist pieces of shit. Then you got this jackass. I have a head, no brain. What am I? Trump supporter? Oh, good God. What a douche canoe. I want to see what people say about this. I just saw this, and I've seen a couple other posts over the last couple of days. They are trying to stir up a new race hoax in the MAGA side. Trying to say, oh, look, the MAGA people, Democrats, look. Even their own VP, they are racist against his own wife because she's a Browns. Bullcrap. Nobody gives a rat's ass. Are they a good family? They love each other. They seem to have a good family. JD Vance has a good head on his shoulders. I bet she does too. Most people don't marry somebody that's way off kilter of them. If they do, it sure don't stay together long. I want to see what people say. Yep. This is a completely fictional situation that only exists for those terminally online. No, for those with terminal TDS. Sorry, Alexander. Terminal TDS. The average Trump voter thinks highly of Usha. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. has never heard of Nick Fuentes. Honestly, I know Jay Watterson's going to make a stink face right away somewhere. I didn't know who Nick Fuentes was more than 2-3 months ago. Maybe 6 months max. I had no clue who Nick Fuentes was before then. And if they see this, we'll assume this was an ad campaign paid for by George Soros, 100%. But no, for those terminal TDS. Yeah. This actually says something really, really ugly about you and your Marxist little buddy. You people are truly destructive destroyers and pure evil. I would actually call them pure racist. Pure racist. He has nothing to back it. Nothing. Stupid comment. I am MAGA and I love her 1,000,000 times more than her husband. Ooh, well, hey, baby. Amazing how some people have got us MAGA people so wrong. Not wrong. No. This asshole right here. This asshole and this asshole right here know 100% what they're saying is wrong. They know they are the racists and they're projecting. And they know that no Trump supporter gives a shit about JD Vance's wife. They don't give a shit she's brown. They don't give a rat's ass. They know it. They just know they're talking to the smooth brains. They're programmed army of idiots out there. All their people on SSRIs and sniffed so much goddamn tear gas by this time that they're addled. They know 100% no MAGA person gives a rat's ass. Has not got it wrong. So I'm sorry to tell Charlotte this. They don't have you wrong. They know you don't care. They're not talking to you. If they are talking to you, it's just to get a rise out of you. That's all it is. I don't care. You're a racist. You're a racist twat. I'm just, no. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to find a GIF for it. Let's see. Let's see. I need one. There we go. That'll do for me. That'll do. Yeah, smells like bullshit. 100%. I mean, this is just pure stupidity. Yeah, smells like bullshit. 100%. The poster just made that up. If you believed it, you'd comment it as if it were true. I didn't. I'm making fun of it, but okay. Let's see. Let's check in real quick and see, is there anybody at the protest or is it all closed?
You could just transition. You will never be a man. We've got people out here that are brilliant, and you know what? I believe that all of you are real fucking dumb. I think you have to be dumb at this
This
point.
is Portland?
2019, sure, some people might be able to still excuse each other. Not really,
Okay, that's
but
live.
you know, fucking humanity to get that way.
That's Portland. God, dude. Yes, I know we talked about how Portland has been, I said it had been nipped down. It's nowhere near as big as it was. But am I the only one who wants to shove these bullhorns up these people's heinies? I mean, when did this become their new thing that they allow? And we have sound ordinances. We have disturbing the peace ordinances. Why is it we are not having these people just arrested? I mean, crazy. They just get to scream on these damn bullhorns, and if somebody crap lungs, I'm insulted. But jeez. I'll look at that while I check your chat here. There's also a video of Hunter driving around in a Corvette with a couple girls. Same Corvette that parked in the garage next to boxes of classified material. Nothing to see here. Yeah, no. No, and all the documents Joe Biden had took when he was senator, a lot of people forget that. Crowder forgets it. Goddamn Poole forgets it. All the big pundits seem to leave out that, hey, Joe Biden had documents from when he was senator and VP. You cannot declassify as VP to take these documents out. Now, as senator, you cannot take these out at all. You can view them in the skiff. That's it. You cannot take these out. He had documents that were 30 years old or so. That piece of shit, and almost all of them were to do with Ukraine. Well, isn't that a quinky dink? Ukraine. And all the pundits, well, God, Joe Biden never had a right to declassify these as VP. Fuck VP. When he was senator, Senator Biden had taken documents about Ukraine. He's dirty as F with Ukraine forever. That's why we got into a war giving them money. So anytime anybody, you see anybody, I don't care if you're watching Crowder and he starts talking that shit, get in the chat, go, screw VP, senator. He took these things as senator. That is actual jail time and espionage charges. He's not supposed to take that stuff. Screw VP, which was bad enough, but senator. You know, it seems like Senator Biden and Senator Clinton can do whatever they want. These people are stupid. I'm just tired of this crap. But I've been watching off and on lately. The groups are nowhere near as big. They're nowhere near as big. But you can't tell me the people living down here would not just love to have that bullhorn just shoved right at that guy's ass. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? The wife's watching the World Series upstairs. All right, I see you guys on Rumble. I know I had the purple. Purple, by the way, did comment, but I have to look up who Alabama John is. And I see if that's who. But I see a couple of you there, and if you want to comment, feel free. If you can't, go to Lion's Den over on YouTube, if you have a YouTube account. Let's see. I remember living in San Diego, going to Home Depot, and renting a couple Mexicans for the weekend. That just sounds wrong the way you said that. Okay. Welcome to... I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. Ooh, that's... Ooh. Yike. Ooh. But let that one go. I got something in my head that, yeah, that's going to get me. Click. I know Biden feed up. Feed up the U.S. almost beyond repair. Yeah, effed up. Fucked up. With Trump having 4 years off made him a great president that had 2 consecutive. Yeah, I think you're right. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I think Trump having the 4 years off did give him time to reflect on his first term, because if he had to go right into his second term, he may not have learned his lessons. He may not have had time to reflect on, man, and he still would have had bad people in his administration, because he may not have got rid of all the people. But because he did have that time to reflect, and also Trump had, remember, 4 years to go, holy shit, I'm not even president. These asses are still doing this crap. Holy crap, they tried to shoot me. It gave him some more chutzpah. And I think it did help him. Yes, I think you are 100% right, Joel, that, yeah, I think Trump with that gap is a better Trump than we would have had with 2 consecutive terms. Now the problem is, can we get JD Vance to be president? And remember, JD Vance, some people, oh, he won't carry on MAGA. Actually, JD Vance is more conservative than Trump is, so he may go the other way. Let's see. Chat went blank. Uh-oh. Did it? Uh-oh. Let me go back over here. Let me go puff, puff, puff. Move over. Boing, boing. Oh, still working on my end. I see chat right here. Chat went blank. I can see it. Oh, I had to reset my YouTube. Okay. In Portland, they have an LRAD long-range acoustic device, but I haven't seen or heard it has been used. I would love to see it be used. I'm doing like a lot of people all night. I'm just cheering for the water cannons. That's all I want is the water cannons. Get the water cannons up. Why are we not doing water cannons? Wow, that's really off on timing over here on my... There we go. What's wrong with water cannons? Why did we make those illegal? Make water cannons great again is my thing. I want the water cannons. Okay, let's go there. And back. Sorry, I'm bringing me back to where I wanted me. All right. There we go. Oh, wrong button. You got to sleep my sleeping dog. There we go. He had a chance to dump Pence. Yes. Now that Jay Watterson, that's probably the best one. Even though, do you think he would have kept Pence after the whole J6 thing? Do you think J6 would have happened? Let's say Trump got that to go the other way. You think he would have kept Pence? I don't think so. It looks like, because this was originally on the Chicago immigration protest, but they shut it down. So I'll give Chicago some credit for that. I didn't buy them, I just rented them. I'm not sure that's better, Jim. Rode hard and put away wet. What? Back. Vance's ties to Peter Thiel. Give me pause. Yeah, but I don't know. Oops, that one went down. Let's see. Is there anything else? Who's back that we can look at? Is anybody else live? Ooh, it's just sitting there. Just sitting there. I don't know if anybody else is on tonight. Let's see. Okay. Let's head on over to here real quick. Oh, it's going again. Okay. Oh, it was. There it goes. Fantasize of Peter Thiel, give me pause. You know, I'm with you on that, but I don't know. I can't be a purist. I don't like some of the stuff Trump does, but I can't crap on the guy who does mostly good. I don't think anybody that's going to make it to the level of congressman, senator, whatever, well, they're all congressmen. It's all Congress. A congressperson or president or anything, wow, they're really having problems here, is going to be that great. There's going to be a skeleton somewhere. There's going to be something we don't like, something we can disagree with. I don't know if I like Peter Thiel either. I just can't nix a guy. I don't want to become a libertarian. Libertarians are already the problem. Libertarians, all they do is help Democrats these days. Because libertarians, as I've said before, are always, well, if I don't get my way 100%, screw it. Well, the screw it usually entails the Democrats going, woohoo! That's usually what happens. Well, the rest of us are going, well, shit. So libertarians can kiss my ass. I used to call myself a libertarian with a slight conservative leaning, but then libertarians went knucking futs. Oh, total open borders. Oh, legalize all drugs. Oh, I don't care if a 9-year-old's doing heroin. Shit. No, totally open trade. No, screw tariffs. Screw trying to protect our country. Oh, shit. Libertarians hover between anarchists and retards. And I have a problem with that. Libertarians, everything they do anymore, I either get 100% of what I want or fuck it. And that, once again, that fuck it goes the Democrats' way. It always does. Every time a libertarian backs off and goes, screw it, I'm not going to do it. Democrats are always standing there going, ha, 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 ha. Never. I have not seen it. I'm sure one of you guys might come up with one. I have not seen where the libertarians go, I just can't do that. And the Republicans are going, yes. You don't see it. It only seems to help one side. So to me, libertarians are almost as bad as Democrats these days. I may be wrong, but I'm just saying, not all libertarians. There are some that are like, nope, I'm a closed border libertarian. Okay. I'm not a legalize all drugs libertarian. I'm not stupid. Okay. But a lot of the main party seems to go for that stuff. Oh, I went away? Wow, on my end, I never glitched. I never glitched over here. Rumble never glitched. I'm going to guess it's a YouTube thing, but I didn't glitch at all. Yeah, I didn't glitch at all. As far as I know. Yeah, I didn't see anything change. I'm watching me right here. They got me on another computer. It's on my laptop right next to me because it's separate. It's easy to do separate things for my small brain. Could have been your internet. I hope so. I'm watching me. I didn't see a circle. For better or worse. But no, Peter Thiel, I don't know. But I just don't, I can't crap on a guy just because of something I don't like. I don't like what's going on with Epstein. But Donald Trump on way beyond has been a force for good. Is he screwing that up? Yes. Do I still wonder if there's a reason he's screwed it up? Yes. I'm still wondering if he's using something against somebody. But that's just me. But I don't want to dig into that kerfuffle. But we all know how it is. But I just don't like how... I don't know how I feel about the Peter Thiel thing, except I think it kind of stinks a little. But I still think if Vance becomes president, he will be an overwhelming force for good, not, oh shit. I hope. But we never know. Sometimes people get in there and it's like, well, we thought they were better than that. Even though if you're awake and paying attention, rarely have you voted for somebody, especially at least in the big federal elections, because there's so much they have to go through and so many different elections, and the dirt will come out usually, where you see how they act in their lower level jobs. You're like, you're an ass. Rarely do people vote in federal elections going, well, that's not as good as I expected, or that's worse. You pretty much know what you're getting by that time. All right. Jim's had no problems. Okay, I didn't have a problem on my end either. But, okay. Not a lot going on. The ICE thing looks pretty boring. It's like these people are just the baloney. People have nothing to do anymore.
That's a good thing, because it means the ones who clearly don't belong won't be sticking around forever. But the downside is that a lot of the good ones, the ones who actually take this job seriously... That's very anemic, guys. That's very anemic compared to what it was even, a couple weeks ago. That's pretty light. All right. So where am I at on time? Because I was trying to keep this a certain time. 1:46. Oof. Oh, I don't know if I want to change my thumbnail or not. I don't know. All right. What do you guys think? All right. Let me know in the chat. I don't know if we'll watch all of it, but there is some of this James Klug on the street interview with this lady that I really kind of wanted to address. Because I said, in his comments, I go, this is the most dangerous type of Democrat. They will act reasonable. They will try to be calm, but then they slip in just idiot lies and either show they're very ignorant or just have a very deep TDS, but they're a little more sneaky about it. But let me know if you guys want to spend another 15 to 40 minutes going over a little bit of this where I react to some of this. If not, I will give you a ha-ha and we'll be out of here. And I'll change my thumbnail later to remove this reaction. And we'll do this on another stream maybe tomorrow night. Because my wife and I are hanging out with family tomorrow, including her niece. So we're going to a big pumpkin patch. They're having a huge doggy day at this huge pumpkin patch farm. That's where we're going. Doing a family thing with the doggies. And they all get to run around and go nuts, and they end up eating a crap load of pumpkin and squished pumpkin. It's up to you. It's your stream. Yeah, but you guys are the ones that have to suffer. All right. Now, as long as you guys can still hear it, let's dig in. Anybody know the score? What's the World Series score? Hang on. I'm not a big World Series fan, but my wife's kind of into it this year. My wife's I put it on the TV for her. Oh, she's happy. Top of the 8th, the Blue Jays are winning 4-2. Well, and I know you're going to go, oh my God, cheering for Canada. My wife goes, I can't do LA. She's like, as much money as they got in that team. She's like, and I don't know. She knows more about it than I do. She goes, I can't do LA. She's like, I'll cheer for Canada more than I will LA. I'm like, oof. So Toronto is winning. Okay. Oh, hey, thanks, Jim. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, my uncle was a good guy. All right, let's head into this. Now, if there's a sound problem, let me know. But so far, you've been able to hear everything I've played. So, all right, this was a street interview, and she sounds very reasonable at times.
But there's a few things I'll pick on. I'll try to skip around. And like I said, if you want to see the full thing, uncut without my yapping, go to James Klug. And he does a lot of these. Unfortunately, I don't think he pushes back. And I'm not saying he has to get nasty with people or grr, eye of the tiger. But there's some big lies. You don't just let them sit there and spout. It'd be nice if he tried to maybe push back a little on a few more of them, or I don't know. It just seems like he's off. So here we go. I will be interrupting a lot because a reaction, I definitely have to. And you know, I'm not shy about reacting.
We're in Huntington Beach, MAGA town.
I know, but I'm not a MAGA person.
It's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Let me know if that sound is good. Also, now I will say, this chick here has been in some other interviews with him, following him around. She's a MAGA voter. I find her semi-useful. She doesn't chime in enough to be useful to be there half the time.
So, what are you not happy with?
I think that he doesn't pay a lot of attention to international events like he should.
Huh?
Foreign policy, you're just not very pleased with?
Huh?
Well, yeah, he'll get involved in something and then he'll get out, and then he doesn't seem to have an overall plan for what he wants to do.
Huh? Trump doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't really get involved enough. He just hops in and hops out. Dude. They do push back a little on this one, but still, they let her have way too much leeway.
Do you mind if I ask, who was better with that, Joe Biden or Donald Trump? I mean, it's not like you're a Joe Biden stan, right? But was Joe Biden better than Trump at that? When it comes to...
Well, he had an overall plan, you know.
Huh? Joe Biden had an overall plan. The man was pooping himself in the Vatican and over in Buckingham. You're kidding. The man stood like Cornholio with a rocket pack on CNN stage. He had an overall plan. Lady, he got soldiers killed and tons of Afghanis killed. Are you kidding? We gave up $86 billion in weaponry and just walked out. What overall plan?
No. Okay, you know, we want to have democracy. We want to don't have other countries build up too much, and we want to have our alliances.
$86 billion of weaponry builds up other countries.
We had an overall thought about, so when he acted in furtherance of those plans. Yeah. Whereas it seems like Donald Trump, some of his reactions are good, some are not good, but he just kind of is reactive.
People have been talking about them putting an end to several wars so far in a matter of 7 months. You have Azerbaijan, you have Congo, you have a handful of wars and ceasefires that the United States has, directly been involved in. Do you think that was good, or are you mainly just looking at maybe Ukraine and Gaza?
Ukraine and
he. So would he need to fix? He did say day one, week one, or whatever he said, he would put an end to it. Hasn't done that.
I am not holding that against him. The whole day one, week one. Come on. Did anybody really think that was really going to happen for sure? He's going to order Putin? Come on. That's even a stretch for Trump. But, yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. And why is it every damn lefty is worried about Ukraine? Ukraine. Lefties hated Ukraine until Joe Biden took us to war. Then suddenly, we love you. Ukraine's been known to one of the top 2 or 3 most corrupt countries in the world. It is not a true democracy. They actually have Nazis there in their military and their government. Are you kidding? Well, we're worried about Ukraine. Shut up. I am tired of hearing anything about Ukraine at this point. If it's so important, tell Europe to fucking take care of it themselves. I don't want us involved.
No.
But in 7 months, didn't that start under the Biden administration?
Well, he's allowing Putin to gain more and more territory, so Putin is going to be in a better bargaining position. He's just sort of letting that happen by not.
This is the problem. I can't get through this because she's saying stupid shit every minute. Well, Trump's letting him take more territory right now to gain a stronger foothold. When did he gain the most territory? Let's see. He didn't have any territory. And then under the Biden administration, he got clear through the Donbass. If they take an extra 10 feet right now, which all reports are saying is pretty stagnant, he took most of that all under Biden, lady. An extra 10, 20 feet ain't going to make a difference. At this point, what difference does it make? To quote Hillary Clinton, you're kidding. Most of those big gains were under Biden.
Not doing anything. We're not following up on the threat.
The chick in the black is a cutie. Yeah, oh, she is. And I just don't think she does enough to be here in this video. And she's good eye candy. It's my idea, but I don't think much of it. Mo Howard. Nice.
Threats he made with more sanctions. You know, he punishes India, but he doesn't do anything with Russia.
He does push back right here.
One thing. When it comes down to that, we don't do business with Russia. They don't really care the effects that these things have on their citizens. They're very different from, like, let's say China, but also in.
And I hear lefties bitch about that all the time. Why aren't we putting more restrictions on Russia? Why? Why aren't we doing more against them in trade? Because we don't trade with Russia. Our trade with Russia and Russia's trade with us is negligible. It's not even a little squirt of piss in the bucket. So we can put all this sanctions on them. Oh, yeah, we'll sanction you trading with us, ha. And they're going, whatever. No, that makes zero difference. Yes, you go after the ones who are helping Russia. And India is one of the biggest. India, I'll say it right now. Let me know in the chat. Do you think India is our friend? I do not. I think India is a fair weather friend at best. Feel free to come after me, Indians. Middle Eastern Indians, not woo Indians. Not Pocahontas Indians. So yeah.
India as well, you know, the United States can leverage their position and their trade with India, hurt them, because India does business with who? Russia, right? So I think that's kind of why they're going after some of the partners there. But interesting perspective there. Anything outside of foreign policy that you're not happy with? By the way, this is Priya. She is a Trump supporter.
Priya.
Oh, okay.
That's way too close to Prius. Priya?
Nice to meet you.
Are you friends with Trump supporters?
I am friends with Trump supporters. I'm from Michigan. A lot of my friends that I grew up with are Trump supporters.
Okay.
And a lot of them are jihadis, it sounds like.
And I think of myself as a person who listens. I'm from the Midwest. I understand a lot of the...
Yeah, we know where the Michigan is, lady. Yeah, so Joel does not think India is a friend of ours. Neither do I. I think India is a fair weather friend at best. And India is the most... Where we talk about Ukraine being the top 2 or 3 corrupt, India's got to be right up there. Though, if you watched anything about India, they do not value life the same way we do. Look at their roads. Look how they drive. Look how they treat each other. Look at how they are the biggest scammers on planet Earth. Come after me. They're almost all the stuff scamming old people, young people, dumb people, smart people, credit card companies. All the scams come from India. And I don't know about you, but I am tired of picking up the phone. Hello, my name is Steven. How can I help you? Yeah, okay, Steven. My name is Aknad. Just say your name. Hello, my name is Angela. No, it is not. No, they are the biggest scammers. And most of the country still lives in dirt. And they still bathe in rivers where they poo. How can a country that doesn't eat beef be our allies? Score, Joel! Joel for the win. I defy anybody in the chat to come up with a better comment than that tonight. That is it, 100%, 100%. Sorry, I got an itch in my headphones. To come up with a better one than that. That's for the score right there. Yeah, if you don't eat the cow, too bad. But you have dung fights.
Concerns about unemployment. I understand a lot of the concerns about manufacturing. I honestly have no idea whether tariffs will work or not. You know, I don't have a strong feeling, you know.
I really appreciate your honesty on that, because I think a lot of people aren't really sure how to feel. I guess we'll see if they fail. We'll see if they're successful.
Yeah, I'm open-minded. I mean, I'm open-minded. I think they could work. They would work in the long term. I don't know if they'd work in 3 years. So, you know, I'm open-minded.
I'll give her that. That's decently honest. It really is. Like I said, this lady's not the worst he's ever interviewed, but there's just a few things. She's the sneaky, oh, well, I'm kind of moderate and I'm very nice, but then throws in stupid shit like the whole military and the whole, oh, well, Trump's foreign policy. Biden had a much better, more cohesive policy. Huh?
An interesting person that we've run into here, because, you know, I could tell, the reason I asked that is because I could tell the way you're speaking, it seems as though maybe you have some friends that are Republicans, because sometimes when people have, you know, different friends with different political views, they tend to behave differently in political conversations. So that's why I was curious.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of friends who...
I'm gonna skip.
Yeah, what do you think on a personal level? What do you think should be the punishment for entering the country illegally?
There we go.
I don't even know it's about punishment as much as it.
Yes,
we need
it
to
should
figure
be.
out how much of a labor market we need.
None.
We have an aging population, you know what I mean? And so baby boomers are going to hit.
Absolutely. Do you mind if I clarify something right there,
Sure.
though? So we have roughly 7 to 8 million working-age unemployed men in this country.
Right.
Fill them.
We have plenty of jobs that might become available if they're not being filled by illegal immigration, right? Do you think we have a duty to...
It's possible. I mean, I was listening to an economics report last night, two things, and they actually say having immigrants causes more jobs.
Here comes the lie.
Because they hire other people, right?
There's a lie.
But that's aside. But as far as the 7 million people, I don't know where they are. You know.
What does that have to do with anything? Well, there's 7+ million American guys that could have jobs. That's just the men. What the hell? I know where they are. Who gives a shit? Until all Americans are fed, all Americans are housed, all Americans have jobs, screw the world. What the hell? That's like you. You've got enough food to feed your family, that's it. You don't take that food away from your kids' mouths, go give it to somebody else's kids' mouths, then your kids go hungry. That's stupid. That's what people expect us to do on a national level. Why do we have hungry American children or homeless American veterans while people are worried about the homeless illegal alien? Makes zero sense.
You know, they had this program in Georgia where they would allow parolees to...
White tent behind the person in the black hat. Looks like a snow-covered mountain. Yeah, it does, actually. You're right. You're encouraged by the tariffs in place on Canada. Me too. I think the tariffs, I hope the tariffs do well.
To do what?
At the very least, they tell the world, we're done being your punching bag. How's that?
The farm workers were doing, and
Don't
they
care.
couldn't get any...
Yeah, they could.
Parole
That's a
to
lie.
do this job.
That's a lie, because they want to pay them shit. They want to pay them illegal wages. And I'll shit on any farmer that does that. You want to pay illegal wages. I grew up working on farms as a kid. I have friends who still live out there and they can't get those jobs for their kids because there's illegals out there sucking up the jobs that we did as kids. Now the farmer wants to pay some jackass tiny frig wage instead of paying what they really paid us. So no, that is some bullshit. Americans damn well built this country. I am tired of hearing lazy Americans. This country didn't become the greatest country in the world because we brought in illegal labor. No, Americans busted their asses off. Half of us can look at generations of our families who bled for, sweated for, died for, worked and built this country. But these people, like her, well, you know, the Americans are just too lazy to work. Screw you. I had a friend who lost his roofing job business that he had because he couldn't compete with the ones who bring in illegals. I'm sure he enjoyed his 20-plus year business going under because he couldn't compete by hiring Americans. This lady is a problem.
The farm workers is an interesting one. There's a lot of visa programs that can help out farm workers.
Numbers on those. I'm not saying your numbers are wrong. I heard more about 4 million are in agriculture.
No, I don't care. There's one I'm trying to get to what she says
4 million
here.
are in Congress doesn't want to because it's political or it can't.
right now when it comes to enforcement of illegal immigrants.
There we go.
And people that are in the country illegally and all
I think
that
this is
stuff,
it, where she
enforcing the
says
southern
it.
border. And over the last 4 years, they loosened up on a lot of that, almost everything.
Way
we saw the
too
worst
much.
border crisis in American history by all available data, okay? Millions of people coming over the southern border. The border crisis, starting week 1 of the Trump administration, because obviously it's no surprise,
Yeah, right.
they strengthen immigration and enforcement and all that stuff. The border crisis evaporated. Now, what are some of the negatives of the border crisis? Record-breaking profits for cartels because they're involved in trafficking, child trafficking, sex trafficking, and all this stuff. I mean, I'm not trying to be like, I'm not making stuff up. It's even worse than I'm making it sound. Down at the southern border, it's horrifying. Record deaths down at the southern border.
Now, I'm trying to get to one sentence she has here, and it's just the biggest lie, and they don't push back against it. And I'm tired of this.
There are border issues for people who are coming, but we're not.
And for Americans, and
we
for
don't
Americans
have
as well.
stability. I mean, we because the president is in charge of Homeland Security. He can just decide where he wants to have detention centers, how he wants to have detention centers, who's going to go in them for how long. That should not change from president to president.
Now that I agree with. She's talking about how our immigration laws, rules, and enforcement shouldn't change from president to president. She's right. Joe Biden and anybody in our government, I don't care if it's city, county, state, federal, we have laws on the books, laws that have run through the chain, introduced, passed, signed, stamped, enforced, and suddenly they stop enforcing them. Everybody who does that should be automatically impeached from office. Joe Biden should be impeached. If we lived in a real society where we stood up and stopped these people, then we would have impeached every fucking one of them. They all needed impeached. You look, when you say, take an oath to follow the laws of the United States of America and our Constitution, and you wipe your ass with both, then you have defrauded the American public. You lied. But we go, oh, politicians, they lie. No. You defrauded us. You should be fired instantly, impeached, done, maybe even jailed. If you are giving comfort to enemies, if you are burying and stealing food from the mouth of Americans to give to illegals, screw you. I'm tired of this. Yes, but she is right. It shouldn't change from president to president, but it should never have been like it was. We just enforce our laws. Just enforce the laws we got.
That needs to be stable, because otherwise people are going to be guessing about what the policy is.
The executive
we have a law.
in charge of that, though. So if the executive branch, as we saw,
but they're supposed to follow what a legislative branch. They're supposed to give them laws. He's just winging it with like executive orders,
he isn't.
And that's not.
No, he's not. It's insane. He has to have executive orders saying follow our laws. That's it. He's doing executive orders. That's one more layer on top of the current laws we have going follow our laws. That's pretty much an executive order that says, if we have a law that says the sky is blue, he writes an executive order saying, yes, we recognize the sky is blue. That's it. Just follow our damned laws.
Not a stable way to run government.
well, what are you talking about specifically then?
Okay, where do we put?
Because this is within Donald Trump's Article 2 powers of.
Oh God! Next president. Boom.
Sorry, I'm
all
trying to
that's
get
gone.
to. He just
I
goes
don't
here,
think,
reiterates.
I don't think MAGA supporters have a simple view on this, and I don't think they have a simple.
She's honest about that.
8 U.S. Code 1325, illegal
There it
entry
is.
by alien, right?
The devil's in the details.
Here it is.
The details are the
Is this it?
regulations, and the regulations are made by Homeland Security.
Yeah,
No.
of course. So that's what we saw over the last 4 years is they really weren't enforcing the rules that were already on the books. So
God
what's
dang
your
it, I
argument?
keep trying
though?
to find
You want
one thing.
Congress to create a bill that does what? Because all that stuff, immigration.
It's a law. She wants what? A law that states a law is a law, that states a law is a law, that states a law is a law? No, we have a law, you follow it.
Enforcement,
Hits the
these
specifics.
are already the laws.
Hits the specifics.
It's the specifics. So maybe
Yeah.
a little bit more.
Like what?
Yeah, like for
straightforward.
example, if we say, okay, you can be here for 2 years if there's
No.
a disaster, like with Venezuela and Haiti. Say what
No.
a disaster is. Is a disaster?
Yes, and then how do you get them out of here if they've been here 2 years? And then you get bleeding heart liberals who will go, well, they've been here 2 years and they had a child. Well, now we can't make that child leave or separate the family or make the family leave. No, we have been way too generous. Our heartstrings have been tugged at way too much. What she's suggesting will just tug at the heartstrings more. All right, let me see here. Take a quick look at the white tent. Yeah, I did that. Trump should put serious penalties on companies who knowingly hire illegals. Joel, I have been saying that forever. I've given the Lion's Den plan. Here's the great plan. I think if you are a small business, you hire illegals, you should be fined $10,000 per. If you are a big business, we go by your output. How big a business are you? I would start at $10,000 per illegal per month. And I would go clear up to $1 million plus per illegal per month. $1 million plus. Some ultra big company, oh yeah, $10 million a month per illegal. Done. And then I would walk into every banking institution. Let me see your records. And they can do that. All of our banking institutions and credit unions are under the FDIC. You want to be insured by the FDIC? The federal government has control. Guess what? We walk in and you go, let me see your records. Every single bank account that is of an illegal alien, done. We're repatriating it. It goes back. That is stolen money. That is stolen money from American citizens, American workers, American veterans. You take it, you take all that money and throw it in the Veterans Administration. Whoa. Throw that on our debt. And while you're there at those banking institutions, you seize every piece of property that they had loans. You don't give loans to illegals here. You gave loans to illegals, guess what? That house, that car, whatever, is federal property. You take the title. You take the deed. All of that could be used to house Americans that need homes. Americans that are homeless, veterans. Or at the very least, you sell it back to, once again, pay down our debt or give it to the Veterans Administration. Boom. Imagine how many billions we could knock off our debt or how many people we could feed. Hey, Social Security, why don't we throw it all in the Social Security fund and make sure that fund is untouchable? Get the Social Security fund so they can't dip their greedy little fucking hands in it anymore and throw all this seized money from illegals into the Social Security fund. We would keep Social Security going for a lot longer. Yeah, take the pressure off the American people. So I'm with you on that. I really am. 100%. Yeah, Joel, 100%. Serious, damn, he got capped. Serious penalties. I would seriously nail them. You want to see illegals leave? You take away every single place that's giving them jobs, bank accounts, money, loans, gone. Gone. And then one more thing. We institute, that's it. You're going to show an ID to vote across this nation. You are going to show, I would say I hate to do this because I feel so George Orwell doing this. I would make it so you have to show an American ID to do almost anything in America for 6 months, maybe a year. We make real teeth on this where it will be rescinded no matter what. Government don't get to hang on to this. That's why I say a year, because Trump will still be in office. He'll pull it back, I think. God knows, ultimate power. But I would like it so you ain't buying groceries until you show your ID. You're not going to go buy a gallon of gas unless you show your ID. I know, it's cringing my spine as much as yours. But if you want illegals really gone, go after all the banks, you go after the employers, and you make sure you buy jack and shit without an ID. For 1 year, you will see them gone. Freaking gone. Because they can't do nothing here. So I know the last one is so George Orwell. It's, but the other two, go after the employers, go after the banking institutions. A lot of people forget that one. All the banking institutions. I go down to one of my credit unions, and I'm the only one in there speaking goddamned English. And I know for a fact most of those people are not American citizens. So, yeah. A lot of jobs teenagers used to do have been sucked up. 100%. 100%, Jay Watterson. I grew up working on farms, detasseling, putting up hay in the loft, mucking out stalls. That's all taken out there by illegals. I know people out there go, my kids can't get these damn jobs. They got to drive clear in town and work at Hardee's or something because they can't have any of the jobs out there because the farmers are hiring illegals. Some of there's automation, but a lot of it's hiring illegals to do the jobs. So 100%. 100%. And I would also, those penalties are going for farmers too. That you are an employer. You are employing an illegal alien? Yep. There go your government subsidies. Churches? Churches. If you have a food pantry, you're caught giving to illegals while there's hungry American citizens? Tax exempt status, gone. Stay out of politics, churches, unless you don't want to be tax exempt. Don't be hiding illegals. And I'm sorry, I know some churches are doing it. It's really stupid. We can't have it. They need to read their Bible better. A lot of things in the Bible talk about respecting borders, respecting laws of countries, respecting immigration rules. Just saying. It was 100 degrees. What? It was 100 today? So I go get ice and 90% of the crew ran away. Ha, ha, ha. I still want to drive around in certain areas of town here in the Quad Cities playing Vanilla Ice. Ice, ice, baby. Trump can override the filibuster is what you're saying? No, they can't. They have to remove it. They have to end the filibuster. You don't just override it. That's not true. So, age of crocodiliacent. Okay. That's about best I got. Aged. That's way too many syllables for my dumb ass. Trump cannot override the filibuster. You are totally mistaken. They have to end the filibuster. And there is a way to do it. I think the nuclear option in the Senate, I believe. Trump himself cannot do it. And he's trying not to because remember, last time you Democrats, I don't know if you are, so apologize. Last time Democrats did shit like this, they told the Democrats to come back bite you in the ass. Every time Democrats want to change some rule in the government, it comes back to bite them in the ass. Well, maybe Republicans don't want to do that too. Republicans do not want to cause a problem. Republicans are looking at it going, well, this could bite us in the ass in the future. So they're still trying, unfortunately, also Republicans are weak. Okay, that's what you're trying to say. Okay. Maybe it was worded wrong, or maybe my reading comprehension is bad. So I would go with the second one probably. But yeah, Republicans are weak-willed also. If you give Democrats anything, you got to give them the fact that it doesn't matter how crazy it is, how stupid it is. If they set their mind, they're just going to do it. Doesn't matter how bad it is, even for their own party. We're going to do it. They do it. Republicans, I don't know. I have power. Great, I won. But, I got to use the power. So that's why I'm not a Republican. I do think they should end the filibuster if this doesn't resolve soon. Even though I will say I'm very proud of the Republicans for not backing down on this right now. It's one of the strongest things I've seen Republicans probably do in my lifetime. And I'm very happy with how Trump has got it. So the American public is starting to see it. Anybody that even looks at the picture of who voted to open the government and who didn't, lefties have no leg to stand on. And welcome, by the way, Age. They have no leg to stand on to say this is Trump's fault anymore. If Trump, you know what's going to happen. If Trump does the nuclear option and goes and removes the filibuster, you know lefties are going to see, Trump's a fascist. See what Trump did? So it's kind of a rough situation, honestly. It kind of is. All right, let's get back to a little more of this.
Disaster, earthquakes. So you don't have like randomly people here. If you say
I don't want to hear this.
Asylum
enforcement,
right?
Trying
to get to where she says
fairly consistent. You're talking about the tiny little things that can switch up every 4 years, basically.
Yeah,
and you want.
No. we don't have this like chaotic back and forth. You know. And
No, I know. She's still talking about that.
For a lot of people, I have empathy for people who don't have the jobs. Like I said, I'm from the Midwest. I have empathy for people whose wages haven't gone up. I have empathy for people who don't have health care. I have empathy for people who, you know, can't buy a house. I have empathy for, but I also have empathy for, you know, people who grow up here their whole life, you know, mistakenly get taken by ICE, you know, and then they're afraid for their mom to go out of the house because
that doesn't happen.
You know, what if she gets taken and is gone for 3 days? I mean, that's a terrifying.
I don't care. We have 20 million who were brought in here over the last 4 years. Sorry, there's going to be some boo-boos. Trying to get out 20 million people. That's let alone the other 20 to 30 million who are already here. We are drowning in at least 40 to 50 million, still being conservative, illegals. There's going to be some boo-boos. But we have to do it.
You know, everybody has to have empathy for that. I mean,
that's a total bummer. I will take that all day over a humanitarian crisis at the border, though. You know what I mean? It's like people get wrongfully arrested. What's your argument there, right? Oh, get rid of the police department? No, you wouldn't say that, right? I wouldn't say that. But I do see what you're saying. I mean, obviously that's a bummer. Maybe like, you know, Eric, don't hang around day laborers that are like gangbanging at some random store, and then you probably don't get in trouble. And then when they show up, don't run away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
no, that's where they all get in trouble. They run.
I don't know if somebody was.
You know,
I have to say, if somebody pulled up with,
it's a targeted raid. If you're there, you know, you're kind of in a weird spot anyway.
I mean, I'm not Hispanic, so I don't experience this, but
it doesn't matter. I've told before, I have a family of friends in my neighborhood that's Hispanic. They don't run away from ICE. A friend of mine, he's the first one that goes, dude, I've called ICE on a few people. He's the first one to stand there going, them. He knows he ain't going to get taken away. He's an American. Come on. Here's where we go into the fear mongering. Oh, but poor Hispanics, you just don't know. Bull, show your ID. Go, look, American. Show it.
If somebody pulled up with a truck and men with masks and they were shouting and running after me, you know what my first reaction's going to be?
If you're an illegal, probably ICE.
If I'm anybody with any instincts, I mean,
you're gonna run away.
Yeah. I mean, I used to.
You know,
I used to work as a government lawyer, so I would be not like that. But I mean, but most people would, if they're terrified, they're going to run away. And
no, they got badges. Badges? We didn't know stinking badges. They got badges on. A lot of times it says CBP or ICE. They're not just random people. Half the vehicles are labeled. These guys. We don't have random groups of guys. This isn't Pakistan. We don't have truckloads of guys jumping out in full military gear and outfits coming after you. We all knew who they're after. She's gaslighting. This is gaslighting. Once again, she sounds like she makes sense. She sounds like she's willing to meet in the middle and have a little common sense. Then she does this shit. No, this is gaslighting. Don't run, show your ID. This 2025. If you show ID, they can just look at it instantly and know, they can just call it in, scan it, whatever, and go, okay, American citizen. Bullshit. This is BS. I'm just going to run away from somebody that looks like a cop, from somebody in badges in groups. Shut up. If you're living in Zimbabwe, yeah, sure, maybe truckloads of guys hopping out with fully kitted up and with automatic weapons and masks running at you. I get it. This is in the major cities of the United States of America. Those are cops. You know it. They got their badges out. Screw that. Stop gaslighting.
That's, I mean,
they have police lights and stuff and police badges on?
I was going to say, you as like a law-abiding citizen, you would still have the instinct to run away from law enforcement?
She's stupid.
I, maybe less than some, but you...
She ain't running very far if you look at her.
Still got, I mean, men with masks, chaos, a van. This is LA.
A lot of people bring that up. I don't think they look like nobodies. I think they look like federal agents.
Yeah, they look like cops.
Federal agents. The vehicles are marked.
That's an opinion. That's a matter of opinion.
They look like cops.
I mean, it hasn't happened to me, so I can't say, but, you know, there is that. I mean...
Hopefully it doesn't, huh?
Yeah, but
they look like cops.
you have to, you know, look at that from a very human aspect, too.
Do I?
So, Trump's other things...
No, she's looking at it from a human aspect. She's looking at it from an illegal alien aspect. American citizens just stand there and go, yeah. American citizens go, what's up? Hey, those are illegals. Don't hang around illegals. What are you doing hanging around where they're busting illegals? I'll catch up with you guys here in a little bit, but
let's look at a lot of people bring this stuff up, and I think it's really interesting because a lot of people focus on the enforcement, right? I think reasonably so. The media, we have a biased media, they fixate on it, but also, oh my gosh, arrests are ramping up, and arrests are spooky, right? Like you watch anybody getting arrested, everyone's looking at it like, holy crap, that's kind of crazy.
No.
Trinidad and Tobago gang members aren't supposed to be in the country in the first place. They came in, were released by Border Patrol. 3 weeks later, murdered Jocelyn Ngari. Do you think if I told her parents, statistically, they're less likely to do
back here is what she says. Oh, here it is. This is what I wanted, right here. Here comes the biggest lie that all lefties pull out, right here.
And murdered. Rachel Morin, Jocelyn Ngari.
I'm not going to say that hasn't happened, but immigrants are on a whole less likely statistically to commit crimes because...
Do you think if I brought up...
No, they're not. No, they're not. And they don't push back on this. We're the shit. They don't push back on this. That is the biggest lie these two let go. James, disappointed. Not that I'm in anything to you, but I'm just saying. That's disappointing. It is illegal immigrants that commit tons of crimes. Legal immigrants to this country commit less crimes per capita than born-in American citizens. Yep. Illegal aliens, though, commit crimes, well, at 100% rate because they came here illegally, but also for the rest of their time they're here, they commit shitload more crimes than American citizens do. Yep. And they do not push back on this enough at all. All right, let me see here. Don't set a precedent on something we need in the future. 100%, Joel, and that's the problem. Democrats don't think ahead. They will go nuke the filibuster or go screw with a law and a rule, then come back to bite them in the ass. They whine and cry and, oh my God, you're a fascist. But you did it. But you're the fascist, but you did this. So yeah, maybe for once the Republicans being kind of wusses is a good thing. I don't know. I kind of think that sooner or later, if they don't come to the table, it's going to have to be done. Age says... No EBT, no EBT, no Medicaid. 100%. Yes, 100%. And anybody says, oh, but they can't get the federal aid. Doesn't matter. The federal tax dollars go to the states. Then the states give that federal tax, money right to the illegals. Because like California has the illegals on their Medicaid, their state Medicaid plans and all their insurances. So when you give federal dollars to California, your federal dollar goes right into the pocket of an illegal. So anybody says, oh, federal dollars can't go to illegals, it's illegal. Bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah, no EBT, 100%. Hey, how about that? If you're worried about your SNAP programs and staying afloat and too much money, take all illegals off it tomorrow. All of them. And any state that is giving benefits to illegals, $0 federal dollars until and that's including my own state. Nix all federal dollars, and you tell these district judges to get fucked. Excuse my language. Get fucked. Supreme Court already said these judges can't do this. They said stop it. They've said it twice. Stop it. You have no jurisdiction. It's crazy how under the Biden administration, once again, Republicans are weak. Under the Biden administration, somebody soon they go, well, too bad. You have no standing. This is under the executive branch. But now that Trump's in there, they get to do it. The Democrats go, ha, we can stop you. No, it's under the executive branch. No, our judge said no. Trump needs to stand up and say, fuck off. He needs to cut all federal funding from certain states, from any state that is giving any aid to illegals, until they cut it. Nope. And don't give me this, well, we're not giving it to illegals. No, we know you are. No. That's it. Cut them. Cut it off. And you'll see some states really have to come and change. California can't do without federal dollars. They can't support the illegals without federal dollars. My home state of Illinois can't. All these Democrat states cannot support the illegal alien population they want so much without your federal tax dollars. Cut it. Done. I'm going to open a can of Spam fried cheese. I have a can of Spam in my pantry upstairs. and I'm going to go screw that thing up when I'm done with this stream. Damn it, Jim. Really, I'm going to go up. I have a nice pork chop up there I was going to eat. I'm going to go eat the damn Spam now. My wife's going to be like, but I left you the pork chop. The other pork chop's yours. I'm going to go, nope, I have to have Spam now. Chat made me have to have Spam. Damn it, I'm craving Spam. But they don't push back on this. Watch this. She just said, but immigrants on whole commit less crime than American citizens.
To Jocelyn Nungari, right? Trende Aragua gang members aren't supposed to be in the country in the first place. They came in, were released by Border Patrol 3 weeks later, and murdered Jocelyn Nungari. Do you think if I told her parents, statistically, they're less likely to do that, do you think that they would be like, hey, that's really cool, I love math? Or do you...
See? They've fallen for it. They went with her premise, even though it's a false premise. He's spouting back her false premise. He should stand up and say, no, here's the facts. But he's not. He let her bullshit him at that one.
You think they would say they weren't supposed to be here in the first place, and it's the government's job to protect my daughter? What do you think?
You wouldn't be asking her parents to make policy because they're not. They're not.
Oh, you're talking about the my plan, Jay Watterson, about the for 1 year you have to show ID to buy pretty much anything in this country. It does sound like show me your papers. I said that. Gives me a twinge in my spine. Sounds very George Orwell. But you want illegals gone? If it's time for extreme measures, there you go.
But honest question. I know it's a brutal question, but it's also a brutal topic.
I mean, it's the same thing as like
do you see what I'm saying?
Debate to John Kerry. What if your wife was raped and murdered? Wouldn't you want capital punishment?
It makes no sense.
That's why we don't have vendettas.
I'm so sorry. My point of bringing that up is the government didn't do their job, and those people aren't supposed to be in the country in the first place. If the government did its job, which by the way is their primary job, is protecting the American people. That's their main job. If they did their job, she would still be here today. Rachel Morin would still be a mother today.
Thousands,
and
thousands of Americans would still be alive today that were alive 4 years ago. We lost thousands of Americans' lives in the last 4 years under Biden. Besides all the ones who were groped, you know what I mean? Yeah. Beat up, stabbed, damaged for life. Besides all that, we lost thousands of lives, and they don't care. Even Republicans are too weenie to stand up and do something about our lives. They'll get up there and argue and act like, oh, the lives of Americans are at stake. Then do your damn job. People think Trump is rough. I would do much more than Trump. I think Trump is being way too fuzzy. I would tell these judges, hey, screw you. Supreme Court said F off. Hey, here's the Constitution. Constitution says these are my powers, not yours. Constitution says you can't tell me jack. Says this is under the purview of the executive branch. Also, hey, by the way, do you remember your Constitution's separation of powers? That's it. You can't tell me what to do. I can't tell you, the judicial branch, what to do that's in your powers under the Constitution. So fuck off. And I would, like you guys said, I would already, as you know, I would already be after the banks and the businesses. Trump is being way too nice to the businesses.
Dude, I'm not trying to use I feel terrible bringing this stuff up, but we just interviewed a gentleman the other day. He was from Seal Beach.
Now, see, this whole conversation is him just trying to convince her, well, about this person. Well, this person lost their kid. No, he should have just pushed back and said, the actual statistic is legal immigrants commit less crimes. Illegal immigrants commit crime at a hugely high level, let alone the crime of coming in. So this whole conversation from then on is not worth it. Hang on. I'm trying to get to a good spot.
Those people aren't supposed to be here. Sorry for hitting that so hard. But
I don't have
other lie.
An
okay.
actual answer for
here we go.
How drinking and driving is going.
Did you see my point, though? Do you understand my point?
But I mean,
this next one's another lie.
That kind of thing. Yeah, I see the point. And I don't have the solution for this, but I know that this
enforcement of the current laws, maybe.
Well, enforcement of the current laws, but they threw a random teacher in who is a citizen in isolation for 3 days up in up near Oxford.
This jackass. he did throw a gas canister at ICE agents. He picked it up and threw it at them. Nope. This is what she's misinformed again or lying.
And then they said that he threw something at the ICE agents, in which they looked at the video and he didn't. The ICE agents lied.
Should we look up this case?
Yes, he did.
Yep, you can. Yeah, it was the case up in.
He did. He pulled it and threw it back at him. You can go look at it. Go look it up. He threw it back at him.
Where the guy died. They chased that 58-year-old guy, providing for 30 years for his wife and kid. He ran up the.
Are you talking about the farm?
Yeah, he died. He fell through that and then died. And they arrested a bunch of people who they lied about what they were doing.
Why did he run?
They said he threw something at them.
He did.
Didn't do it.
Yes,
so
he did.
What you're talking about right now is a marijuana farm where there were 8 or 9 unaccompanied minors there that were working illegally on a marijuana farm. I don't know that we want to leverage that as the best reason for them doing wrong, because child labor.
And once again, they ran. They were illegal. Don't run.
Illegal child labor is exactly what ICE is supposed to be cracking down on.
But do you worry about people just being disappeared? Like, I don't know who they are, so let's just stick them somewhere, and nobody will let them know for 3 days. Oh, and by 3 days, we don't know what's happening.
So because we might make one mistake once in a while, don't do anything about the millions of illegals. Here's what she's saying. That's her plan. That's why she's dangerous. Well, because there might be a mistake, don't do anything about the millions. So all 20 million have to stay. That's it. All 20 million in the last 4 years, all the other 30 million have to stay because we might make a boo-boo. No. And this whole Americans are being disappeared thing is bullshit. Bullshit. Oh, my wife is cussing. Here, let me check here, guys. I'm going to refresh this. I heard bad language up there. Oh, shit. That's why she's cussing. I just heard my wife yell, oh, come on. What the F? Oh, boy. Oh, no. I don't want to go upstairs. I'm going to have an unhappy wife. Oh, no. So Dodgers just tied it up in the bottom of the 9th. Oh, she's not happy. Ooh, I hear her. Oh, my God. She's not happy at all. I don't have the woke virus of having to watch sports. Oh, crap. It's the taste and the jelly looking stuff. Well, when you cook it, the jelly goes away. The jelly disappears. Spam was one of the few things I just can't stomach. Hey, I know what spam is, but it's ears, snouts, and buttholes, but somehow it's good. Jax demands some fried spam. Well, Jay Watterson, to make it feel better, he's going to get some fried spam when I'm done here. I am going to cook some spam and hide from my wife, because if that score goes even worse, she's not going to be pleasant later. I know you guys can hear it in the mic right here. Oh, come on. What the F? Woof.
Happened. I mean, this idea that we're not in a country where people are disappeared. You know what I mean?
We're still not. Stop this stupidity. Yes, Americans are just being poofed. Disappeared. Shut the fuck up. We are not disappearing Americans. And if we're going, but we're disappearing illegals, that's called sending them the fuck home. Sending them home is not disappearing the illegals. Just because you don't see them illegally in your town doesn't mean, oh my God, they are disappeared. No, sent home. Stop it. My God. Chunko.
By people, and you know, it's.
What exactly do you mean by people being disappeared? Though?
You should be able to get a hold of them within 3 days.
No.
People can't. Even U.S. citizens, they can't.
Bullshit.
No, U.S. citizens.
It's happened once or twice.
Yeah. Check up. There's a professor up at CSU.
She's always doing this. Check. And she doesn't know any of the facts. She always gets the facts wrong. Check on this. And she's always getting the facts wrong. Stop watching MSNBC. Stop watching The View.
In custody, in isolation for 3 days, U.S. citizen, no contact.
I appreciate you bringing this up. We'll have it pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He wasn't just disappeared. Not kidnapped from federal agents. He was the one throwing tear gas canister at law enforcement. He wasn't disappeared. He was legally arrested for assaulting federal agents.
That up. But yeah, he's a U.S. citizen.
So, I mean, she has her facts totally wrong. You can't say, hey, when a guy gets arrested doing something, an American citizen gets arrested doing something by the cops, he was disappeared. No, he got arrested. He's in jail. That's not disappeared. But now that Trump is doing it with the illegals, oh, they're disappeared. No, they're under arrest. If an American assaults a CBP agent, they get under arrest. That's not disappeared. The crazy shit we do that we won't do to Americans. Americans commit a crime, they get separated from their kids. Oh my God, but you're separating an illegal alien from their children. Oh, geez Louise.
Ugh. There was another U.S. citizen who was concerned that somebody was getting arrested. They said he swore at agents. They disappeared him for 3 days. And now he doesn't want to let his mother walk out of
it's fabricated. Yeah, there's no way you swear at the CBP agents they're going to make you disappear. Now she's openly lying.
House because she's elderly lying. And yeah, she's a citizen, but of course her first language is Spanish.
Did these people commit?
If you're elderly and a citizen and she's trying to act like she's been here a while, whoever this is, you don't speak English well by now, I'm all for fuck off and get out. I'm all for get out. You should be speaking English. If you can't communicate to me in English, get the fuck out. Get out. Done. English. I don't go over to France and demand they speak English. You got to speak French. But over here, oh, no, we're supposed to just bow to their language. Speak English. These poor people have been booted out of here. They've been here 20 years, but they don't speak a lick of English. Then they don't need to fucking be here. If you have lived in a country that majority speaks English and you don't speak English within 2 years, fuck off and get out. I don't care if it's broken English. You should be able to speak some English, communicate with people in this country. You sure as shit shouldn't be driving. Look at all the shit with the DOT stuff going on. You don't think there's private people out there just driving average cars that can't read a goddamn street sign because they don't speak English? How is that any less dangerous? Yeah, sure, a semi can end a lot of people's lives with one shot, but you have a crap load more of non-DOT illegal alien drivers out there who can't read a lick of English, who don't know our laws, don't care because they're just handed a license. That seems more dangerous to me. She is outright lying now. She's not. She tries to be calm, tries to act moderate, but then she leaks out the lies.
Commit any crimes? Were they interfering with a federal operation or anything like that? Or no?
He swore at them, but they let him go.
He swore at federal agents while they were in the middle of a raid?
Yeah.
So was he interfering with the raid? Because that's against the law.
I agree, Joel. That's why I was just...
No.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. Oh, no, they didn't interfere. They just arrested him. That's not the way it works. It's not the way it works.
Interfering with a federal raid, that's against the
arresting somebody, and somebody over here said, F you, what are you doing? They're not going to throw them in jail and not anybody contact that person for 3 days.
They aren't
not let
either.
Anybody know what
they aren't either. She won't let go of that. She just keeps going on about it.
By the way, they're having to track these people down because the local governments aren't working.
Okay, let's see.
Plausible enough to essentially give companies the okay to exploit cheap labor?
No. I don't think there's anything else on here. That one is one I already covered.
I mean, you got elderly parents. You're anywhere from 40 to 50.
Don't care.
You got elderly parents who might have health issues. You really, really need to be aware of what was in that big, beautiful bill.
No, you're not losing anything from that. All right. I saw what you said, Joel. I've had enough of this person just gibberish. Yes, 100%. She tries to act. My thing is she tries to act like she's got some, she's trying to talk in the middle and meet with you, and she's got some sense. Sometimes she'll say some stuff that makes sense, but then she throws out crazy, provably wrong lies. All right. 3 days. They can hold anybody 72 hours. Spam ain't garbage. Garbage pork. It's ham and loin trimming. Tasty, ugly meat. I'll stick with it. I'll stick with it, Jim. I'm with you, Jim. I'm eating Spam tonight. God dang it. I always keep a can around. All right. So we'll go on here in a second. But yeah, I'm about done, but I do appreciate you guys. I haven't said it yet, but please hit thumbs up. I know I've missed out, and Connie would be kicking my butt right now for saying it more than once or twice the whole stream. But please hit thumbs up for the stream. The all 2 or 3 of you still here. I know I had a lot more than that before, but I went long. I just like to stream. I haven't done it in a while, and tomorrow is going to be a weird day. Going to be spending time with my wife's niece and some of the rest of the family. Going out to a big, huge farm pumpkin patch area, and it's a doggy day. My dog's going to fill up on eating pumpkin tomorrow. But yeah, we're going to end there. Let's go here. You ready for insane? All right, hold on to yourself. This will perk you up a little. Oh, music, stop music. I gotta stop music. Hang on. I gotta pull that down. I'm already gonna get nailed for that. You watch. Anybody, I don't know if you stream on YouTube, so I also restarted it. Anybody streams on YouTube, tell me you have not seen 0.5 of a second, 1 second of any music, you get a copyright strike. I crap you not. Thankfully, most of them don't affect your channel. But there's a lot that do. I've already had to argue no less than 12 copyright strikes on my channel for fair use or for less than 1 second. Less than 1 second of a music like somebody put on one of these things. So I'm going to puff it up so you guys can read it because I cannot play that. Because that right there, I'll bet you I get a copyright strike. But if I play more of it, then yes, I will get a strike that will go against my channel. So I'm going to turn it way down where you can barely hear anything. Actually, I'm going to turn it off. But look at what she says here. Me going to my abortion in the name of every single Trump voter. Well, if you look at her, multiple hog rings in, and obviously looks like she does not need any SNAP benefits. Okay, thank you. I'm not a big fan of abortion, but maybe there are some people that should not be able to have kids. Just saying. Maybe there are some people. I know that Jim is going to lose it on me for this one. So may a couple of others. But maybe not all abortions are equal. Does this person really need to be trying to shape the mind of another insane leftard? Let them abort themselves out of existence. That's what the problem is. They are aborting their children. Right-leaning people are having their children. They are going to abort themselves out of existence, these lefties. But she thinks it's something to celebrate. Tee-hee. Tee-hee. I got jumper cables and all that metal in her face. Maybe if you didn't buy all the metal in your face, you could afford to keep the kid. That's just me. That's something to celebrate. Just mentally ill people. I'm going to go with MAGA 2.0. Make asylums great again. We need it. Sorry, I'm going to check in to see if my wife is cussing yet. I want to see if I have to get her to go upstairs or not. Holy crap, 10 to... In the 10th, 4-4, guys. October 30th, just in, Trump is now taking away free food vouchers from illegals. Is that what you voted for? Yep. And I've noticed this too. If anybody else noticed, how is it almost all the illegal alien women here? I don't care if it's from Cameroon or Mexico. Why are all the illegal alien women here fat? Just saying. They're fat. And they think like this is sexy. This is bringing sexy back. Now I'm bringing sexy back. Hee-yah. I don't know why that he didn't take it away already. He's going to think Trump is moving too slow. All right. Let's see. I thought I had something else, but I don't think so. I think we're going to hop out of here, guys. I've kept you long enough. There you go. Oh, no. No. I'm thinking, son, I don't, no. I can't end on that. I can't end on that. Describe London in one word. I said screwed. Let me see. Let's go find something a little nicer than that. Let's go find a FAFO real quick, because I can't keep that. I like this. This guy is great. Look at this.
The flag, which featured a Fly the Flag slogan and a QR code. A man has draped an absolutely massive Union Jack flag on an old council headquarters. He originally put up a much smaller flag, which featured a Fly the Flag slogan and a QR code. However, the council ordered it to be removed. So he decided to spend £2,500 on a much bigger banner, stripped of branding. James Holmes said he never saw the flag as controversial and was simply encouraging people to fly the flag from the country.
I'm actually impressed that he got that for right around 3,000 American dollars. That is huge.
They are from.
That is huge. Got to give that guy some kudos for that. Let's see. Turns out he lived through other illegals. All of them are now in ICE custody. Oh, that's too bad. Trying to see what the bottom one's showing us. Because I don't see nothing on the bottom. Sorry, I'm just checking random stuff, guys.
If I go up any higher, unfortunately, I'm going to hit a tree, so.
I don't know what this is supposed to be showing us.
Kind of see where the ICE building is. Right there.
I don't know what that's supposed to show us. Oh. See, this is the problem right here. Federal grand jury. This is a while back, too. I did not see this. Did you guys see this? September 27th, a federal grand jury has indicted 3 women who stalked ICE agents to their homes, even live streaming their addresses on Instagram. One of the 3 indicted, Cynthia Ragoza of Riverside, is on the run. Oh, wow! I did not know somebody got prosecuted because they were live streaming them. Didn't we already play this? Yeah, we played that. Let's see. That's old. Huh? Yeah, we saw that. Try to find new. All right, well, I think we're going to get out of here then. I'm not finding anything good. I am failing. Let me see. See if I can find something real quick here. Breaking internet, tough guy just got. Benny Johnson. Oh, Benny Johnson, they did that. Jeez Louise. I saw that. God dang. Oh, wow. Twitter's tired of me, guys. Well, we saw that jackass. Yeah. Ooh, hello. I hadn't seen this one. This is old, too. Arsonist catching himself on fire while trying to destroy a business in Richmond, Canada. Holy crap. This is a lesson, everybody. Do not do this. Do not, or you can get yourself hurt. Don't do this. There, that's a FAFO. That's Mother Nature. That is thinning the herd, but don't do that. It's dangerous. Don't play with gas. Don't play with flammable stuff. Don't try to damage people's property. You know. Dude, roll him over. Don't smack him. We're learning something here. Don't slap him. Roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Patting on him ain't going to do it. All right. Let me go here. We'll puff up, check chat, and probably get out of here. Unless anybody else got anything, I don't mind covering something else. I get it. I've been on a long time. That's the problem. I get on and I get going. Too long. I have to purchase a license to go fishing, but these people can have kids for free, then get paid by the government for having, yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. That's a great way to end right there, Joel. Thank you very much, Jay Watterson. Thank you. Jim Patterson to the lurkers. Thank you. Aged, oh my God, I cannot do this. Aged of Crocodiliacent. Thank you very much. All right, guys, if you haven't, please hit thumbs up. Please send any ideas to lionsnws6@gmail.com or comments here on the channel. And thank you very much. And I am seriously going to cook Spam and tiptoe around my wife right now. Because let's see. One last check. I want to see if it's changed. I know you can't see around me, but I'll let you know. Mid-10th, 4-4 in the World Series. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Stay safe. And I am going to go eat Spam. I am. All right. Have a good night. Good afternoon. Good evening. And I appreciate you hanging out for any of the time that I overstayed. Have a good